All right, everybody, welcome back to your favorite film podcast, The Average Film Enjoyer. We are your co-hosts, Trey and Evan, and it's a collab episode today. This is an episode we have been teasing for a long time. I think we first talked about it openly when we had Cash on for our Dark Knight Trilogy episode, but it's a collab episode today with the fellas from the Film Scoop, my personal favorite film. Film Scoop. Film Scoop. My personal favorite film pod outside of ours, obviously. But yeah, we're collabing today. We're covering, I don't even think there's a debate, the two greatest comedies of all time.
Okay, they're 2 and 3 for me, because I have Tropic Thunder over this.
Ooh. I like the Tropic Thunder pick. I respect it.
Tropic Thunder is fucking hilarious. Borat is a tight number 4. I think Borat
I've never
conversation.
I still need
What?
Borat?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
I know the big stuff, but
dude,
yeah.
There's this. I showed my girlfriend Borat like a couple of years ago, and we were laying in bed, and she's laying on my chest, and there's this scene where Borat goes to a gay pride parade. He doesn't know that they're gay people, and he's talking to somebody, and they're like, they were gay people, right? And he says to this dude, "You mean the man who tried to shove the massive fish-shaped dildo up my ass was a gay man?" And I started cackling my ass off. And she was laying on my chest. And it was like a trampoline, bro. I was bouncing her head up and down. I was laughing. I love Borat.
I need to
so
Yeah. Yeah, these are 1 and 2 for me, with Ace Ventura and Wayne's World being a tight 3 and 4. But yeah, we are joined, as I said, by the fellas from the Film Scoop, Cash, who you guys already know. He's been on before. He's the homie. And today we are getting a face reveal from the man himself, Carl, who has not been on the pod before. Carl, Cash, how are you guys doing today?
very well.
I'm doing fucking great.
Great day to talk about some masterful
Hanging
films.
out with the boys, talking about the coolest shit ever. That's what it's all about.
It is.
Guys being dudes.
Just guys being dudes. Yeah, so Carl, what we usually do, and we already had Cash do, but I can't remember. Well, I can kind of remember his top 4. I remember it being very based. But we usually have people give, like, any top 4 they want to do. So, just so people can, like, kind of know what kind of films they're into. God, I hate saying films. What kind of movies they're into. So, Carl, you want to give us, like, your top 4, like, whatever you have at the moment, or of all time, or whatever you want to do?
Yeah, I don't have as refined of a list as Cash. Cash likes making lists.
Yeah, but you don't really use
Rockies. I tried to, but it's a lot to. I don't really deal with technology too much.
Every time you log something, I get pissed off about the Scott Pilgrim takes. I'm not gonna lie, because I see the words "fuck Michael Cera" and I'm like, God damn it, dude.
Yeah, I know. I felt like a betrayal even watching. But I think Rocky's always been in my top 5.
Hell yeah.
Top 4 on Letterboxd is Rocky, Talladega Nights. I think I put Dune 2 up there because it was incredible.
Ooh.
And John Wick 4. Just
W.
Lisa no Gaib!
Dude, I was driving to work when I was your guys' Dune 2 review, and you were like, Denis must have a plan for when he gets 100 million boners.
Yeah. What's his play here? What's his game?
Something bad's gonna happen. That shit is so funny.
What's his game here? Where does he get off?
I showed my girlfriend the Scoobies, and she's like, "What the fuck is this? Biggest cum award?" She doesn't get it, dude. She doesn't get it.
Guys being dudes.
Just guys being dudes.
Our podcast to any woman that I know.
I don't feel like they would like it.
Probably.
Yeah. And before we get any further, I should say, usually we are clean, but when we have the Film Scoop boys on, all bets are off. just kind of let the filter go, which is enjoyable for both me and Evan. But yeah, so Mom, if you're still listening at this point, which I'm sure you're not, please turn it off. Don't want you to hear some of the things
today because we reviewed Magnolia and
we were
Tom
kind of
Cruise-
clean.
Tom Cruise goes, "Respect the cock."
Yeah, that. I feel like it's different when you're quoting a movie, though.
I don't want to talk about PTA because Cash and Carl are gonna hurt my feelings, but
Yeah, it's
yeah.
that's,
Yeah,
we
don't
reviewed
even open
Punch
that can
Drunk
of
Love and
worms.
Magnolia earlier today, and they're both fucking peak.
No.
yeah. I mean, I talked about. I watched Punch. Yesterday was my first watch of Punch Drunk Love, and I watched it before I went to work, thinking it was going to be like a laid back romantic comedy. I went to work and I was like, I was like, dude, I'm gonna have a panic attack.
Have you guys seen it?
I'm just like, gah!
I enjoy Punch Drunk. That's one
Dude,
of the
it's
better
like
ones.
Uncut Gems. I didn't realize it. It's so stressful.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. It's
And
crazy.
it's a great
Punch Drunk, I think, is my number 2 PTA movie. It's
Yeah.
There Will Be Blood, and
It's-
then Punch Drunk, and then everything else is kind of like, I don't
Yeah.
really care about it at all.
I went into Punch Drunk. I hadn't seen a single trailer. I didn't really know what it was. I thought it was a rom com like Trey, and I was like, holy shit, this is like Uncut Gems.
Yeah,
It's a cool
yeah.
movie.
yeah.
But we're not here to talk about Punch Drunk Love. We're
No.
here to talk about Peak.
Talk
And
about
we're
We
gonna
are
start
here
with
to
Game
talk
Night.
about Peak.
And we're going to talk about how Jason Bateman is a phenomenal comedic actor.
hell yeah.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
how
so good.
Jesse Plemons might be him. Not might, he is him.
How
He is.
can this be profitable for Frito Lay?
Dude,
Dude, I hate how
The-
much that joke blew up because now it's like so overdone that people are getting a little over like stimulated by it. But it's still one of the funniest jokes in the movie.
Oh, 1,000%.
It's an insane joke, and that whole
Yeah,
Yeah.
I still think that.
everything with Gary.
I think that him, when they ask him about, they're like, "Tell me about Debbie," and he freezes and his fucking walking. He's like, "Beg your pardon." Like
He sits
he's about
down.
to, like there's some war, and he's like, "Where do I begin?"
Where do I begin?
dude, it's just perfect. He's so stoic the entire movie. I will never forget the first time I saw it when Jason Bateman goes into his like computer room and starts bleeding all over Bastion, and he's rubbing the blood all over this fucking dog. Oh my god, it's so funny.
Good fuck.
Yeah. And for those of you who don't know, we are speaking of the film Game Night, released in 2018. Jason Bateman, Rachel McAdams, Kyle Chandler, Billy Magnuson, who I forgot. He's in Roadhouse, which I don't know. I know Cash has watched it. Carl, I don't know if you've checked out Roadhouse yet.
I haven't watched it yet.
What? I thought I saw you log it.
No, I'm waiting on Carl.
Oh man,
Big
it
shit.
is big dick shit.
That
I'm gonna
movie
love
is
it.
guys being
I'm gonna
dudes.
love it.
Yeah.
I love
Dude,
the
I'm
original
so-
Roadhouse, so just
Rule number
slide in and
one.
take it.
Dude, we did a watch party for it, and every time they said the words Roadhouse, which is an insane amount, I sent that gif of Peter Griffin saying Roadhouse with like, dude, I must have
yeah.
said it 50 times. It's crazy, dude. It's such
Yeah.
a good movie. But yeah,
Gyllenhaal is great in it, per usual.
and
he's-
Connor is
Interviews
awful.
with Connor are so. I've been watching the
Dude,
interviews.
Connor
They're so
McGregor's
good.
line delivery is atrocious. It's so funny.
He's so awful. No one should ever let that man act.
But he's massive, so respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He plays the part.
Yeah.
I assume.
What?
He doesn't
He
show up
plays
to
the
like
part
half
well,
an
I
hour.
assume, because he seems like he's playing just like a big idiot that wants to
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah, you douchebag.
He
Yeah.
doesn't show up till like there's half an hour left in the movie. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Aw.
They underutilize him, but that's okay. Yeah, that guy, dude, he's on so many steroids. It's ridiculous. Looking at him now, he used to look like how Jake Gyllenhaal looks, like lean and cut, but now it looks like someone gave him Botox on his entire body. He's just like, I'm Conor McGregor, just walking around. It's
Apparently he's
awful.
got a big coke problem now too.
That doesn't
So-
surprise me.
no.
Yeah, he was like tweaking in one of his interviews today. People were worried about him.
I kind of
I
thought
I feel
he had
like
a
our
problem.
reviews of these two movies are just going to be us bouncing around between scenes we think are funny.
Yeah.
That's all it's gonna be,
Oh, yeah.
but that's what the people want.
Dude,
Yeah.
the first scene I need to shout out in game night, it's the montage at the beginning when him and Rachel McAdams are popping off and they're like, you can't make teams, and Jason Bateman goes, it worked for Hitler. I was dying laughing.
Dude, there's
His
so
line
many good
delivery
lines.
is so
I completely
like,
forgot about that one.
dude,
I
it's
did
so
too.
serious. It's so fun. Oh my god, I fucking love that.
That's the montage with Queen, right?
Yeah.
Going now. I love
Yeah.
that scene so much. And then it finishes with them in the doctor's office talking about his cum. The doctor's
It's like,
Love
you know,
your sperm.
What's the problem?
He's like, I don't love your semen. And he goes, and, dude, his delivery's fucking crazy.
Oh my god.
I love it.
Yeah, his brother Brooks is coming to town, and he's always been smarter and taller, and more successful and hotter. Hotter? I never said hotter.
I never said hot.
Kyle Chandler.
And then they're pulling into his house, and she's like, he must be compensating for something. He's like, no, I've seen his dick. It's pretty great.
Dude, it's so funny because they're like, oh yeah, we told them, it's like, we don't want Gary there after the Frito-Lee scene. It's like, oh yeah, I told him to sneak in, and fucking Billy Magnuson and his girl just bust through the front window.
Yeah, dude. They
Oh
come
my
barreling in.
Ryan.
It's like,
Everything
I told you
Ryan
to
does is
sneak
so
in. And they're
funny.
like, yeah, we're coming through the window. It's like, I meant the door.
God, dude. Yeah, Billy Magnuson he's a gem in this movie.
I don't know if you guys have seen New Girl, but Lamorne Morris, who is like the black guy, God, he's funny.
Yeah, he
The
plays,
Denzel
Winston, I think,
Washington
in
bit
New Girl.
is hysterical.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
he is genuinely.
right here.
His impersonation is
So
so
good.
good. Me and Trey were talking about that. It's crazy.
Yeah, they locked us in here with hate. They can't keep us in. We're too white to be doing Denzel impressions.
Yeah, I get.
Um,
I'm not.
No, Lamorne Morris is great. Yeah, I mean, there's just so many great lines in here.
Such a smart, fun comedy. Like, the jokes are witty, the plot is fun, like, the mystery is great. The Pulp
Yeah.
Fiction scene with Rachel McAdams is fucking amazing. Oh my god.
With,
I love when Jason Bateman she goes and does the thing, and then he's like, "Anybody? Pulp Fiction? We love film."
And then
We love
she's like,
film.
she's like, put your heads on the floor and your arms in the air and your legs on the ground. They're like, what do we do? She's like, do you guys know Child's Pose? What the fuck is Child's Pose? And, oh my god. Even when she shoots Jason Bateman in the arm and she's like, what is that noise? Is that bone?
You hear that?
Yep, that's bone. Did you get shot twice? That'd be the exit wound, baby.
He goes, "Blood."
Dude, the best part of that whole sequence is when they both start gagging and they're just like, no, it's so good. It is so good. But going back to that scene with Rachel McAdams, the Pulp Fiction bit, there are a few times I've been more attracted to an actress than when Rachel McAdams is quoting Pulp Fiction. I just want to put
Dude,
Yep.
it's.
you got me on board.
That's my Make-A-Wish. If I ever get a Make-A-Wish, I'm gonna say I want Rachel McAdams to repeat that monologue.
We'll
Um,
get to it, but we were talking about how Ryan Gosling with the mustache and the nice guys is like gay fuel.
Yes.
That's what Rachel McAdams is in this movie. Is straight fuel that balances it out.
Yeah.
You're gonna watch these two
Yep.
movies back to back to keep you level-headed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
What's your favorite scene? All three of you.
Ooh.
I don't know.
It's so hard because there's like scenes that I think are really funny, and there's scenes that I think are just like fucking awesome, like the
Yeah,
Fabergé egg scene.
Yeah, dude, the
It's
egg scene
fucking
is so
incredible.
well directed. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Dude, it's like a one take.
that
It's like
whole
a
sequence.
4-minute one
Yeah.
take going through the
Yeah,
house.
it's an awesome
It's crazy.
take.
not necessary at all in a comedy. Like, you don't have to do that, but they just went,
Yeah.
it's
They
the
just
Johns
decided
went
to pop
crazy.
off. Yeah.
They always go crazy with camera work for some reason. I love them.
They're doing
my
that
boys.
shit where it's like they go over the rooms, so it's like, oh yeah, the set must have not had a roof, but like, oh, it looks so
Yeah.
good. And up the
It's
stairs.
the John Wick 4 Dragon's Breath.
Yeah, it's totally like
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
It's like, the dude throws it up the railing, and it's like it's so seamless, that whole scene.
Yeah, and I love
And
while we're talking about the Fabergé egg thing, I love how they like tease these little like jokes throughout the movie, and then it pays off later. Like early in the movie when Ryan's joking about how rich people have fight clubs instead of game nights, and then they find the Fabergé egg in a mansion where they're having a fight club in the
Yeah.
basement, and then
Yeah.
he goes down in the basement, he finds the egg, and then someone catches him, and then they're about to like fuck him up, and he's like, "All right, everybody, hold on a goddamn second." And then he just runs away because he didn't have anything else to do. And it's hilarious. And then it starts the whole 5-minute long take.
Dude,
it's
that scene
cute.
is amazing. And
Yeah.
I like the end scene, and I like the Officer Gary reveal scene at the end.
oh yeah, that's great.
That's fucking hilarious.
God, I'm trying to
Yeah.
think of my favorite scene.
I think my favorite scene is the very end where they're playing charades and Jesse Plemons draws the guy crying and they're all like, boys don't cry. And they're all trying to like actually play like Pictionary, and Jesse Plemons is like, it's the Green Mile, and they're like, how is that the Green Mile? And he's like, that is a picture of me crying like I did many
reading
times
cinemas.
during the film.
During the motion picture.
And then it's someone else's turn, and the camera points to him, and he's like, "Is this a motion picture?" I don't know why that's the funniest shit.
Dude,
I've ever seen
I
in my
called
life.
that shit out too. The way he says it is so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Not funny on the page. Like if you just look at the script, a character saying "Is this a motion picture?" isn't funny, but it's the same
Yeah.
with the Nice Guys. It's the delivery of the actors. That's what makes these
Yeah.
movies so great. There are jokes
Yeah,
that
the
are
fact-
great on the script, but there is a lot of stuff, especially in the Nice Guys. It's just chemistry and just actors'
Yeah.
performances that you can't
Yeah.
replicate.
The way that Jesse Plemons is so stoic and lifeless through this movie, but he drops the funniest fucking lines ever is just
Yeah.
amazing. Some of
I
my
Yeah.
was
favorite
watching
scenes. I gotta
sorry.
I shout out when Rachel McAdams is standing in front of that bad guy and she goes, "Yes! Oh no! He
no.
died!"
He died.
It's so funny. The Pulp Fiction scene's amazing. The intro like montage is amazing. It's so funny.
Dude, and that guy's about to kill her, and she goes, "Don't I have kids at home?" And he's like, "Not with an ass like that, you don't." And she was like, "Thanks."
God, she's so funny,
But
bro. I love her.
I was listening to an interview today I was watching game night interviews just to see if there was any like cool information I didn't know about. And Jesse Plemons said that he liked the role, like he took the role because it felt like Gary as a character like wandered in from a more serious movie into a comedy, and the
Yeah.
comedy is how straight he is all the time and how he has no sense of humor.
That's
And I
awesome.
just thought that was really funny. And then they were talking about the dog Bastion, and
Yeah.
Kyle Chandler said he thought that the dog was creepy because it was too well trained and it was like robotic almost, because it was a perfect dog and it was way too cute. And he was like, and it was a little creepy, like, you know, it kind of weirded me out. And then Jesse Plemons goes, kind of like Gary.
Well, and with Kyle Chandler and Jesse Plemons, we get a Friday Night Lights reunion, which
Didn't know
I'm
he was in that until that interview.
no. Carl, have you watched Friday Night Lights?
I haven't seen it, but I knew they were both in it.
Oh God, guys, what are we doing here? Y'all need to get on that.
Dude, there's
my
so
mom
many
used to watch
movies
it,
that
so
I haven't seen.
anytime my mom recommends me something, I just think it's
Your mom recommended the show or the movie?
the show.
Dude, it's worth it. It's so good. And Michael B. Jordan is in a season.
OW.
And now I'm in.
I was.
Well, then
I'm in
I was
Dan
on
Michael.
IMDb.
I might be on the train now.
Yeah, and Taylor Kitsch.
Ooh.
I don't know. If I know who that
Less
is.
exciting than
He's
Michael
in
B.
some
Jordan,
action
but still
movies.
exciting.
Yeah, he's in a lot of small stuff, but he's like badass.
It's cool. I was looking at quotes
Yeah.
on the IMDb just to like refresh my memory, and there's that line Kevin gives when everyone's falling on the glass table, and he goes, "Man, glass tables are acting weird tonight.
They always think they're gonna break, and they
Man,
never
that
do.
glass is strong."
Oh, dude, when Jeffrey Wright shows up, and like he gets fucked up and all that shit happens, and they assume it's part of the game, and Jeffrey Wright's getting pulled out of the house, or someone's getting pulled out. It's Kyle Chandler. He's getting pulled out of the
Yeah.
house, like screaming bloody murder, and then Jason Bateman's like, "You guys, please try this cheese. I mean, this is just great." And they have no idea that he's getting fucked up bad.
Yeah.
Dude, another
I forgot Jeffrey Wright was in this too.
Yeah.
He kind of came up out of nowhere, and I was like, "Whoa, Jeffrey Wright jump scare!"
He pulls up with the
This guy's
a
sunglasses,
regular
just
Daniel Day-Lewis.
hard dick shit. Like he looks like a badass with those glasses.
Yeah.
Oh god.
One of the other great lines I adore is this. One of the henchmen says, "Don't even think about a pig," and he goes, "Can't say I care for that nomenclature."
Dude, that's classic Gary. Everything
Oh
he
my
says
God.
is it's so like articulated
Yeah.
and it's so funny.
Oh my
And
god!
right
One
after
of
that,
the
they had that shootout, and he like slides across his car, and they're like, "Oh my god, Gary, you okay?" He was like, "I believe my belt buckle might have scratched the finish of my squad car." Other than that,
the way he delivers the lines, it's just so good. Ryan has one line I adore. It's so funny. He goes, he says to his like the girl that randomly shows up. He's like, "You're like a double threat, brains and you're British."
I'm not British.
He's super funny. It's like the girl shows up and it's like, "Oh, I know her. She works at Victoria's Secret." It's like, nah, that's not her. It's
Oh,
like, yeah,
man.
he pulls up with a different
And
girl every-
she's like, "I work at Sephora," and they're like,
Oh.
"Oh, it's a different girl."
Dude, there's
Yeah.
that fucking line when they're playing charades, and it's like, they're the best, they're the supreme people, and that girl screams out, "Oh, white people!" Oh,
And they're all like, "Ah!"
And then it just
so
cuts
funny.
away real quick.
Oh my god, dude, that
Yeah,
line
it's,
is.
I think I might have my favorite scene. I think it's when they go to the shop to try to get the answers, and Jordan Peele's wife is there. I forgot her name, and she's pregnant. And
Oh,
Brian
Chelsea
starts cutting
Peretti.
bills across the table, like really slowly, and it's
Yeah.
$17. That's the funniest shit I've ever seen in my
yeah,
life.
and he's like, "How much will it take?" And she's like, "I don't know, like $100." He's like, "How much do you have?" $17.
It's like you
Dude,
went
that's
out,
so funny.
you
'cause
went
she has,
out
like,
with me
a
with
big bullet hole in her
$17.
forehead. She has like a fake bullet hole in her head for the entire scene too. It's like,
Yeah.
I just came from a murder mystery. It was like 7 hours long. I'm so tired. Oh, it's great.
Yeah, I think that might be my favorite. It's got to be something
Yeah.
with Ryan. Ryan's just my guy. Everything he says is hysterical. Someone when he brings one of those like idiot girls to the game night, they're like, "Where'd you?" They make some kind of remark like, "Where'd you meet her at the library?" And then he was like, "No, Chipotle." He doesn't understand that they're making fun of him, and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Dude, what was that one thing? One of the ladies like calls Jason Bateman like a lesser than person, or they call him something because he's talking about how Brooks is better than him. And
Yeah, they call Brooks Mark Wahlberg, and they call Jason Bateman Donnie Wahlberg.
yeah,
Yeah, and then
And they're like-
Rachel McAdams tries to comfort him, and he's like, "But Donnie was great in The Sixth Sense, wasn't he?" And,
Yeah, and then she goes, "Yeah, but Mark would never accept a small role like that."
and he goes, "Is that right, Madison?"
Oh,
that's where I think Jason Bateman excels. Is like those quick like quips like that.
Oh,
Like,
he's great at
Is
those.
that right?
Just
moves.
being
Like,
a smart ass.
yeah,
I don't know if you guys have seen Arrested Development, but it's the same kind of like that's his role in Arrested Development is that he's like the smart one, but he just drops these quips on stupid people for like 5 seasons straight. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It's a super quick binge.
I've seen the
It's
first
I have
episode,
seen a
and
few
it was
episodes.
hilarious.
Dude, it's
there was
fucking
something
Begins
about-
betraying my
There's something
fuck
with
Michael
Will
Cera.
Arnett, and they were on the pier, and he was like, "Don't try any more tricks." And he was like, "Tricks something a whore does for money, Michael. I do illusions." Something like that. And then
Dude,
Michael Cera,
Will Arnett is a
Logan
gem.
Banana Band. Yeah, it was.
Dude,
I
that
liked it.
so
great
One episode I saw.
It in Arrested Development with the corn baller, and it's like a deep fryer to fry like little balls of like cornbread dough, and it's like scalding hot, and it's banned in Mexico for like burning people. And anytime somebody uses it, they like rest their arms on it, and it's like mockumentary style, right? So they'll like lean on it. It's like, oh motherfucker, you fucking fuck, and it's all blurred out like it's like boop, boop, boop. It's so fucking funny, dude. Oh my god.
I need to keep.
If you guys haven't seen the whole show, like season 5 is kind of shit, but the first 3 seasons are so peak. Oh my god, it's so funny.
But quick tangent real quick, because speaking of Will Arnett, I wanted to ask Cash this. Where does the Lego Batman movie rank on your Batman rankings?
Ooh. I'll have to pull it up. I'm quite fond of it, as you could.
Yes. I have it at a 5.
That's something. I don't have it
yeah.
that high.
Yeah, I definitely don't have it at 5, but it is
Dude,
good.
it's so
I want to say
I don't know what about the Lego movies, like what about the humor, like, but the humor in it just works for me.
yeah.
I do think Lego Batman is the funniest of the Lego movies.
Yeah,
like
I was
him
gonna say, I
just
have it
going
over
home and
the
warming
other
up that
two.
lobster in the microwave is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
yeah.
No. It's so good. The best one is from the Lego movie, though, is when you got like Shaq and Sean Kemp and Michael Jordan, all the guys building that when they're all battling, and they're like da na 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 na, and they do that whole thing, and Shaq goes, "Y'all ready for this?" And they shoot it, and then they like it doesn't do shit, and all the bad guys are like pointing their guns at them, and Shaq goes, "Oh no, they were ready for that." It's just like it's so perfect, and it's like the exact type of joke that I just like. Nah, that's so funny.
Those Lego
I
movies
don't,
are they're so much better than they have any right to be.
Exactly.
I don't remember anything from the Lego movie except for the song. I've seen Lego Batman like once or twice, and I've never seen the Ninjago one. But I
haven't
found
seen
my
Ninjago.
Batman ranking.
Lego Ninjago isn't good.
I've got it at 7 out of 12 on my Batman ranking. I have it over.
That's a W.
I have it over both Keaton movies, the
W.
Kilmer, Clooney, and Adam West movie.
What do you have?
Ah. L.
5 BVS.
No. What do you have it on?
Oh yeah, you're a BVS fan too. Hell
So
yeah.
I'm an intellectual.
Cash fucking loves BBS.
Yeah.
You wanna see
Yeah. What do you have it at, Cash? Do you have it at a 4?
He's
Oh,
got
he-
it absurdly high. But almost
I have it at-
anytime that we're on
Do
the
you
podcast,
what's your opinion on BVS, Carl?
I
Bust
fucking
it out.
hate BBS.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
shit.
Wait,
I
the
think that
alternate
Zack
cut?
Snyder. Oh yeah, that is fucking sick.
Yeah, that's sick as hell. Cash, what do you have BVS at? Like, what's your rating for it?
I have it at 4, but we were just talking about it on the last scoop, how I watched
Yeah.
Watchmen, and I gave it a 4.5. But I feel
Yeah.
like I like BVS just as much, so I should probably raise BVS to a 4.5.
Yeah, I'm at a 5 on BVS.
Dude, you guys glazing
That's-
Watchmen made me want to watch it so fucking bad.
Dude, you need to.
And yeah,
It's
Cash,
so
they
fucking
have
good.
when you were talking about the Ultimate Edition, I knew that they had like the animated bits in it. I always thought, because I haven't seen the Ultimate Edition, I always thought that the animated bits were one chunk in the middle of the movie. I didn't realize it was spread out. But when I was looking on Amazon to buy it, they have the animated part as a separate thing, and it's like 40 minutes.
Good grief. Yeah, see, that's too much for me. And maybe
Yeah,
it would be better if it was just like once the movie ended, like Watchmen
Yeah.
ended, they had like an epilogue of the like freighter stuff all in one
Yeah.
continuation. That could have worked. But like the little drop 5 minutes here, 6 minutes there, like in the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
Wasn't really.
Wait,
I watched-
So, if I wanted to watch Watchmen, do I have to watch like the TV show? Should I watch the TV show first?
TV
No,
shows
they're not
completely
connected.
different.
I don't know what the
Okay.
TV shows even about.
It's
Watchmen's completely standalone
dude,
from
Carl. If
everything.
you like Watchmen, watch the TV show. It's fucking peak. It's as good as the movie.
Holy cow! I thought people
It's
didn't like
so
this show.
good, dude.
It's divisive.
The show is so good. It has insane development for Rorschach, and but the Dr. Manhattan shit in that show is amazing. And
Yeah, cool.
oh my god. Also,
Whoa!
yeah, Yaya,
Looks like Anthony
Yaya
Squidward.
from.
He
Dude,
does
Cash,
look like Squidward.
let me tell you, Cash. There's an episode. It's like episode 7, and it's all about Dr. Manhattan. And bro is cock out. Yaya
Love it.
is
Is it Yaya?
fucking.
Love it.
He is fucking packing, bro. It is insane.
It's his.
Yeah. I was depressed
I'm
watching
watching
that.
I'm gonna watch the show.
Yeah, he was. No, the
Carl's like, wait, he's packing. Okay, where is this streaming? Where can I watch this?
the Watchmen show.
Hey, I can't come into work tomorrow, boss. I'm sick. Sorry.
Yeah,
I've got bigger fish to fry right now.
Watching
you
them.
like-
Watching the movie really makes you want to
like
watch
the
the
comic?
show.
dude, because I've read the I read the comic when I was a kid, and I've seen the movie a few times. Watch the show. It's phenomenal. It's very, very different from the
going
movie,
to.
but it's very worth watching.
Have you
Yeah.
watched or have you read the comics, Cash?
I've read 3 chapters.
Okay.
Why everything?
I might hit up one of you guys to send me a link to where I can get the comics because I like reading the comics too when I watch something. So,
Go to the
Um,
bookstore.
The comic's really good. I didn't finish it.
well, like which one to buy? You know?
Oh, there's only one comic.
Oh, there
Yeah,
is.
you just
It's
buy
just
the
a big
graphic
Frank
novel,
Moore,
and
Frank.
it's like a this is one I
It's
have.
huge.
It's a big book
Yeah,
with all
that's what I
the
have, too.
issues. Like
Oh hell yeah! Like a I can't remember how to say it. Compendium or compendium.
Yeah.
a lot smaller and cheaper.
It's all together. You won't find them separate. It's all together.
Yeah, I have this bad boy. There's 3 of these.
Yeah, dude.
This is, and it's that thick. There's 3 of them. It's the first. How many issues is in here? Like 63, 64 issue. Oh, the first 47 issues of
Jeez.
Invincible. And there's 3 of these. This is another one I would highly recommend. Invincible. This is great reading.
How many?
Yeah.
Like I've heard that season 1 of Invincible is like 3 chapters of that. Like they barely even scratch the surface on the first book.
Yeah, it's probably like. Let's see where.
My brother. Still got it.
I don't know.
Let's
Got
go.
Dude, Carl's got it too. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's probably like the first 10 or 12 issues, I'd say.
Jesus, they have so much material. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
'Cause that means they won't have to pull a Game of Thrones and shit on the. fucking-
Dude,
shit
it's
down
so
the neck hole of
crazy,
the show.
like- I don't know how we got to this place, but like you look at Invincible, which is a amazing TV show, and I think it's pretty faithful to the comics.
So at least from what I remember of season 1 and reading that a few times, I think it's pretty faithful.
Yeah, and then you look at The Boys, and The Boys is renowned as a dog shit comic book, and people hate the comics. They're like, don't read them. They suck. They're super.
Yeah, I've heard that.
They're super shit. They're misogynistic. Like they're super offensive, and it's like the TV.
But the
The show is peak.
It's like
Yeah.
it's crazy because normally only great like source material gets adapted, but you
Yeah.
can like for some reason they found a source material that was shit and made it good, which I
Well,
don't know
it's
if
such a
that's
good
like ever
idea.
happened.
Yeah.
Well, that has happened. Like the Guardians, there's a lot of source material that I would say is better than the movie adaptation. But from what I've read of Guardians of the Galaxy comics, I think the movies are better and they do it better justice. The comics, it's not my favorite Marvel comic series. I mean, there's some good issues here and there, but it's not the best. But yeah, most of the other stuff, it's usually like the comics are like, if you look at like Captain America Winter Soldier, the best Marvel movie, that comic book, like that comic book run, it goes from like Winter Soldier to like the death of Captain America into this whole thing. It's just outstanding. But yeah, Guardians is another one where the comics aren't great, but like the movie renditions are outstanding.
I haven't heard good or bad things about Guardians comics. I just knew they were like not super popular.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's probably like that with a lot of the characters that James Gunn uses. Like I see a vigilante like compendium or whatever the fuck at McHale. I'm like, there's no way he's as good as. What he
I
is.
think I've heard that about vigilante comics, that they're not very good, and that James Gunn
Yeah.
made him a lot of fun in Peacemaker.
Yeah, I think he
Yeah.
does that with a lot of characters.
Yeah, James Gunn is the best working comic book director today.
Unless we're counting Christopher Nolan
Yeah.
and Matt Reeves.
But he's
But we'll a different day. We don't need to get
Yeah.
into all that.
It's so weird because I've been outspoken that I am fucking fed up with comic book and superhero movies. I haven't seen a Marvel movie in ages. I don't give a shit about them. I haven't seen the last like 5 Marvel movies except for Guardians of the Galaxy, which I was actually
Peak.
shout out to you guys. I wasn't planning on going to see it, and I was listening to the scoop about it and hearing you guys fucking laugh your asses off just reciting lines. I bought tickets that day to go see it.
It's so
Yeah.
I don't
good.
think I knew
And
that.
I
So
went to
good.
the theater and I cried my eyes out and laughed my ass off. And it's maybe my favorite Marvel movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Why is it all wrong then? It's that movie's so fucking funny.
Open the
You've
fucking
seen-
door.
Dude, my favorite line from that movie is, "What if I wanted a Zorg nut? I don't have any more." And he just takes one. Oh my god, it's so good. Yeah, I don't know
But-
how we got onto the topic of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, no idea.
Need to return to base.
Yeah, should we talk about debatably the greatest film ever made?
I'm gonna grab.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna grab some water really quick. I'll be right back while you guys.
Okay, I'll edit it out. We can take a.
Sounds good.
If you guys need to like take a piss or anything, feel free. But I'm just gonna. We just gotta wait for Evan to come back. Oh,
I got all
Do you-
my poos and pees out ahead of time in preparation, so I'm good.
that's fair.
Clean yourself.
Do you guys play MLB The Show at all?
No, sir.
No. Oh.
Baseball.
Well, they just dropped the latest one on Game Pass, and I've been playing it all day, and it's a blast.
Oh, yeah. I
More
haven't
of a
played a
long
game in a while.
Well, you're married, Carl. That once you get married, you're not allowed to play video games.
You played Mortal Kombat. You played the new
Mortal Kombat? Hell yeah. Who do you use?
Oh,
Like, who's your favorite?
Garrus probably. My main character is Kano, and every combat I've ever played, and he wasn't in it, so I used Garrus, General Shao, Reiko, and I'm learning to smoke. I was gonna learn to smoke, and then I started doing shit at work. And
Carl is disgusting at Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
I'm not
Carl,
joking, like,
what did you think?
disgusting.
Did you see the Mortal Kombat movie that came out a couple years ago?
yeah,
Yeah. Did you enjoy it?
it was okay. I think I gave it like a 2.5 or a 3. It was kind of average. I love.
Oh, man.
What? Fucking Scorpion, Hiroyuki
Yeah.
Sanada.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck
he
yeah.
is
That
phenomenal.
casting was perfect.
Dude, it's
Yeah.
so crazy.
And the intro to that movie is insane.
Yeah,
In the
it's got
snow,
like a
he's
like a
just
one
fucking
like
popping off.
great camera work of him like throwing his fucking chain. And,
Yeah.
it's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
That movie just had too much
it's like a
filler.
guilty
Of,
pleasure, fun movie.
oh yeah.
kinda.
Yeah, and I have that. I have that highly rated. I won't share my rating, but I have it highly rated solely because I have so much fun with it. And I gave it a 1-star bonus for that one scene where Kano is fighting. I can't remember his name, but he keeps doing the sweep kick to him, and I was like, and he sweep kicks him, and he's like, "Oh, you won't get me with that again." And then he sweep kicks him again, and then like the cherry on top is Kano jumps, and then he comes down and he sweep kicks him again. I was crying because I used to do that growing up, just sweep kick, sweep kick, sweep kick. Thought it was so funny.
Yeah.
Everyone spams the same move over and over again.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Speaking
Like-
of video games, Cash, I started playing Rise of the Ronin today. Very, very similar to Ghost of Tsushima.
I saw
PS5
you in
game.
the picture.
Yeah. Check it out.
But yeah, should we get into the peak, guys?
Let's talk about the nice peak, the peak guys.
Hell yeah.
It's so peak. We should just call it the peak.
Hell yeah. Just don't even
Fucking
name it.
Peak of the peak.
Yeah.
It's the movie.
The film.
The movie.
Yeah.
To kick off our nice guys talk, I want to do some show and tell like I did last time. Check
Oh
this
my
out.
god.
Yeah,
So
dude.
this is a
That's hard dick shit.
Let's
Chinese thing with a steelbook inside.
Yeah, that's hard dick shit right
I
there.
dropped a pretty penny on it because
Where'd you
know,
get that?
it's my favorite movie. I got it on eBay. It's normally like really expensive, but I got it at like half price, which is the only reason I bought it. And I also have this.
Oh my god. What a tea.
Yeah, my sister got
Dude.
me that for Christmas.
If you told me you got that steelbook at McKay's, I'd be flying to North Carolina.
Oh no,
today.
no. The case like something like this. I think it's kimchi DVD, which I think is like Japanese or Chinese. So it's you've got to like,
Yeah.
just stalk eBay for it.
Yeah. Well, if you got it at McKay's, you would have to watch out for that one kid who was grabbing all those steelbooks right before you.
Fuck that kid, dude.
Dude, I was laughing so hard, and then you're like, oh yeah, he's got fucking Terminator Genesis or some dog shit.
Dude,
there.
I was so mad
Yeah.
at first. I was like, okay, he's an idiot. Like, he took all the shit I don't want.
Yeah. The nice
Wanna, like-
guys.
I want to let Cash kick this off because
Yeah, Cash, why don't you tell us about the film The Nice Guys?
All right, I can try. The Nice Guys, just to preface, is my second favorite movie ever, behind the Batman. I've seen it like 7 times. Ryan Gosling's my favorite actor. A movie has never deserved a sequel more ever than The Nice
my
Guys.
God.
It's set up perfectly for a sequel. The movie ends with them having a card going into business together as an agency. That's, you can do whatever you want from there on, but I just think it's a perfect movie. It's the funniest movie ever made, but it's also a comedy that is very carefully constructed and has very smart humor that is, just like Game Night, they reference it early in the movie, it comes back later. You also have like depth to these characters where you have Holland March that's like a drunk, and throughout the movie you find, this is going to be all spoilers, throughout the movie you find out that his wife passed away because he couldn't smell the gas leak in their house, and they make a joke about it where he's like, you're a detective, you can't smell. And at first you
Dude,
just laugh
that's
about
what
it, and then you
I
find
feel
out that it's like that's actually really fucked up considering what happened. And then you have Jackson, who is like he just kind of doesn't feel useful, and he tells a story about how he was the diner guy and it was the only time in his life he's felt useful, so he wants to find a way to like, but he has a good heart, like he has good morals and everything, and March doesn't really, like he takes old people's money, and when he knows that when he takes the old lady's money when her husband's dead and he's sitting as
I can
ashes
start right away.
yeah.
So when was the last time you saw your husband? The funeral. It was right before the funeral. Well, I'll get right on this.
Yeah.
I'll start right away. So I think it's just like it gets better every time I watch it. It's got little details. All the characters are fully fleshed out, and every scene is in consideration for best scene in the movie. Every
Yeah.
single, there's not a second of runtime that should get cut. Every single scene is hilarious, but it also has so much heart behind it, that it's not just a throwaway comedy. It's also just like a great movie that you can enjoy.
Yeah, and
So-
it's a super intriguing noir too. Like, there's a mystery here that you give a shit about that you're trying to
Right.
figure
It's
out.
like a
yeah,
it's
Yeah.
a pretty like intricate web
Absolutely.
of like things happening that honestly it took me like 3 or 4 watches to even understand everything that was happening, because
Yeah.
it's pretty like vast.
Yeah.
it's
So
like it
not
opens
something
with this
you can
porn
start to
star,
be
and it's
oh,
like,
it's
this-
pretty in depth.
yeah, like, and it starts with this kid looking at a porno mag, and it's like, oh yeah, boobies are fun, and you're
Yeah.
just like, oh, this is an R-rated comedy, but you dig a little deeper, and there's a super intricate noir film here, and it dives super deep, and yeah, fuck, this movie is funny.
Yeah, and it's got the political commentary of like the government and everybody having their hands in everything and silencing people, and the pollution from the motor
Yeah.
industry and all that stuff. Like, you can read into all that if you want to, and it makes it even a better movie. But I don't. Nah,
yeah,
it's not
the
what I
scene
go to it for.
when he's on the
There.
stairs and everyone is KO'd, and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing? We're dying. We're suffocating.
We're dead.
We're dead." It's so
And then he
Sorry, I
steps
thought
on
you
her
were
head.
dead.
Sorry, thought you
the
were
first
dead.
half hour of this movie is like, you get the 2 insanely stylized opening monologues from Jackson and Holland, which are amazing, and then you get Holland getting fucking destroyed by Jackson, breaking his
I love-
arm. Holy shit, it's so funny.
I love the way March is introduced. Like, the first time we see him in the movie, he's asleep in a bathtub wearing a suit, and he's woken up by his daughter calling him to like remind him that he has to work today. And so it's
Yeah.
instantly setting up this dynamic of him and his daughter, and the role that she plays for him, and how he can't really take care of himself, and how she's kind of the adult, and
Yeah.
she's kind of like keeping him, on base. And I just like visual stuff like that. I just feel like it's very carefully constructed when it comes to stuff like
Yeah.
that.
And he's like, I'm going to ask you something. I want you to give it to me straight. Don't take it easy on me just because I'm your dad. Am I a bad person? And she goes, yes.
Just drive. It was right after he said that. Right after he took that lady's money, and
Yeah.
she was like, "So you're gonna stop? You're not gonna look for her anymore? Like, will you keep looking for her?" And he goes, "No," and then leaves. And then she's like, "It's March," and then she's holding up her checkbook, and then you see him walk out, and he knows he's a piece of shit, and that's why they go so well together, Jackson and March, because Holland's empty inside, and Jackson isn't, and Holland has like a PI license and can get shit done, and Jackson can't. And I love the little seeds they drop, like when he first meets Healy, and he finds out he's a PI, and he's like, "You can afford a house like this as a PI," and like that whole thing starting early, and then it leads to them at the end having the agency, and God, it's so good.
One of my
Oh, dude,
favorite
I'm-
scenes
Sorry, go ahead.
a little bit later is when Healy comes in and he goes, "Give me your left arm." And Ryan Gosling's like, "No, no, no, no." And he's like, "When you go to the doctors, I want you to tell them that you have, I can't remember, but you have this."
A spiral fracture off the left radius.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. And then you
Christ,
get
dude.
a blood-curdling scream from Ryan Gosling that is so good. Oh my god. It's
Old
so
lady,
high-pitched.
fuck you,
fucking
old lady. You
hilarious.
broke my arm. I quit. Remember?
Yeah, dude, that scene when he's in the bathroom stall and he's like, "I'm not here to hurt you," and he busts the door open and he's got his pants down with the gun and a cigarette in his mouth, and he's like,
Yeah,
"What
his
a
pants are
beast.
falling down.
Oh
He's
my-
trying to
oh
like
my-
control everything. Dude, that's
Holy
like
shit.
again, like I was saying, something that you can't really put in the script. That's something that happens on the
Yeah.
day from the actor. And from what I remember hearing an interview where Ryan said that was like improv, and Russell Crowe like saw what he was trying to do and like gave him tips, and he was like, "Oh, you need to put your pants like this, and like the cigarette should be like this," and and
That's
he was like,
awesome.
that's when I realized how
What a
much of like
pro.
a pro. Yeah, he like something
That's
stupid
fucking
like that,
awesome.
and
Yeah.
he still knew exactly how to pull it off. So
Dude, I
License
that whole,
to carry, motherfucker.
this
I
little
really
baby's
liked
gonna
it
stay
right
right
after-
here.
Dude,
Yeah,
right
that
after he
whole like
breaks his
that
arm.
bowling. Sorry, go ahead.
No, right after he breaks his arm, Holland's daughter gives Jackson a Yoo-hoo, and he's like, I haven't had one of these in 20 years. And then right afterwards, he's carrying an entire carton of Yoo-hoo up to his apartment.
Yeah.
When those guys ambushed him.
Yeah.
I was like, what the-
And they never reference it. It's just a small little thing that you notice, and then
Yeah.
laugh about it and move on. And that's just trash.
You just took the Lord's name in vain.
No, I didn't, Janet. I found it very useful, actually. Okay, Janet? That 15 minutes of the bowling alley is some of the best. That's probably
Oh
like
my
my
God.
favorite section of the movie.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
thing that happens in the movie,
Rim
from the
shot.
second
Rim shot.
Yeah.
She said rim shot.
Yeah. Big guy that beat up my dad. Sucker punched your dad. Okay, there's a difference.
I think my favorite line in the movie is at the first party scene after Ryan falls down the hill. It's like, how'd you get down here so fast? Did you fall down the hill?
Dude, when
You
they
fucking
get to the
fell,
party,
didn't you?
And he is absolutely wasted. It's like, did you fall down this hill?
Yeah.
It was very slippery up there. I was in the pool. Why were you in the pool? I was questioning the mermaids. What were you doing while I was working? It's the best line in the
Oh
movie.
my god, it's so.
Dude, when they
fucking
get to the
funny.
party, and she's like, "Dad, they're like whores here and stuff." He said, "Sweetie,
Sweetie,
and stuff. Like, Dad,
don't say
they're
it.
whores here."
Dude, the dynamic between Ryan Gosling and his daughter is so good. Like Holly,
so awesome.
she is amazing in this.
Yeah.
She's so
Yeah, she's
funny
really
and
good.
like smart, and like holds her own. She's awesome.
But, honey,
Yeah.
I don't go to work. You can't afford this nice house. I hate this house. It's like that. Oh,
And,
by the way,
like-
when Matt Bomer shows up as John Boy at the end, and he
Mhm.
goes into the house, he's trying to find Amelia. He's like pretending to be a doctor. He's like, "What do you think's wrong with her? Smoking a bit of the reefer." For some reason, that shit's hilarious to me. It's like the Jesse Plemons thing, where he's giving
Yeah.
it straight. That it's just anytime anyone says reefer in a movie is hilarious. Like in
Yeah.
the night before, when Seth
Yeah.
Rogen gets the weed, and he's like, "Cause I got the reefers." And it's so good.
That's the best part of that movie is when he opens the little drug box and he's like, wow, the proportions are way off here. It's like one joint and then just a Ziploc of cocaine.
Dude, that movie is so funny.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Again,
night
we're
drive.
just bouncing around. I fucking love the scene when they're in the shootout at the end, and Ryan Gosling's behind the car, and the car is spinning, and he's
I
like,
got
this.
1, 2, 3.
And he's just facing the fucking gun.
Yeah.
So
He falls
funny.
out of the
think I can
hotel
die.
room and lands in the pool like an inch from the concrete. I don't think I can die. That's the only thing that makes
Yeah.
sense. Oh, and when they're at
And
the
you-
top of the hotel, I know we're just jumping all over the place, but it's kind of
That's
just
fine.
like whatever
That's-
scene you think
That's how
of,
it
I
is.
guess.
Yeah.
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 But when he's the lady, I forgot her name.
Tally.
Yeah, I think it's Tally. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's about to kill them, and then he drops down and starts patting his ankle. He's like, "Where'd you put it?" He's like, "Put what? Your ankle gun." What ankle gun? He's like, "Did I dream that?" He's like, "Yeah, you dreamt it." That shit is so funny. And then
And he goes,
she's like,
"No."
"He's like, come on, Tally, you're not a
Fuck,
murderer."
yeah.
And he was like, "She just said she killed 3 people." He's like, "I know, but deep down." It's so funny, and he doesn't understand that she's been fucking him this whole time. When she gave him the briefcase full of nothing, and he was like, "Tally, someone switched out the briefcase. There was no money in there."
Trey was talking about. We were chatting earlier, and he's talking about this scene where it's at the first party, or no, it's just the second party at the end.
Yeah.
Like, do you want a drink? And he's like, I'm not drinking.
And he goes, yeah, and there are, drinks are free, open bar. And Gosling, he's like looking over here, watching everybody, and then he looks at the bartender like this. When he says that.
Fucking wasted, dude.
And it's so perfect.
There's
Dude,
so
their
many of those
chemistry,
moments.
Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling's chemistry is incredible.
Oh my god. Like,
It's
we
like
need
every scene.
What is your
During
favorite
the,
scene, Carl? Oh, go
My
ahead.
favorite scene in the movie?
Yeah.
I honestly, I really like the part when Holly asks Jackson if he killed that guy.
Oh, that's a great scene.
Yeah.
That one, like, it's a simple scene, but it really speaks
Yeah.
to like who Jackson is as a person, and you can tell they say so much without saying anything.
Yeah.
I know it's not the funniest thing, but it's like one of my favorites.
No, yeah.
Oh,
he deeply-
do you have a dog, Carl?
I do have
Dude,
a
have
dog.
you
I
not
have a
seen their dog? Dude,
No.
that dog is so fucking cute.
You have a snake? I love snakes.
My mom.
Oh.
Is that a golden?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I have a golden too, named Willie Nelson.
Hell yeah.
That's a fucking badass
Oh.
name.
Yeah. Well, have you guys ever... Quick tangent real quick. Have you guys... Oh, hell yeah, dude.
His name's Roger.
Roger the Snake.
Yeah.
But have you guys ever seen I Love You... or Our Idiot Brother with Paul Rudd?
No, I haven't.
I love
Okay.
With Paul Rudd, you mean?
Brother.
No, there's one with Paul Rudd called Our Idiot Brother. I would highly recommend it. It's super funny. But he has a dog in it named Willie Nelson, and it's a golden retriever. And at the end of the movie, he's taking Willie Nelson on a walk, and he gets away, and he runs into the park. And Paul Rudd is running after him, and then this lady runs up with an Australian Labradoodle named Dolly Parton, and we bought an Australian Labradoodle, and we named her Dolly Parton, and so now we have Willie Nelson and Dolly Parton, like, in the movie.
That's awesome.
That's holy shit. That's fucking badass.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
And people are like, are you guys, like, big fans of them or something? And we're like, no, but it's from a movie called Our Idiot Brother.
We like
Yeah, I love dogs.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, that scene, Carl, is so good. Like, especially because right before that, she's like, "Can we call for somebody? Like, he needs help." And Jackson's like, "Go run down the road and look for help." And he just fucking ices that
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, dude. Fucking
But then
cold.
he's like, "Fuck this dude," but like, I'm not gonna make Holly think I ice this guy. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then later
He's a
in the
really
movie,
very-
he like sees him trying to kill John Boy, and like she says she'll never talk to him again if he does it. And then he's like, "Congrats, fuckhead! You just got saved by a 13-year-old." Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
yeah. Russell Crowe's character is so interesting because he's such a stone cold motherfucker, but like, he's got a heart. He has a heart,
Yeah.
and he cares, and it's awesome.
Oh,
Like,
sorry. Go ahead.
I was done.
About this.
Go ahead.
Like
I
you're
was done.
zooming on
Um,
something, dude.
There's the scene when Amelia's in their house and they're waking her up, and you get like the shot of like them looking into the camera like you're Amelia, and
Yeah.
they're trying to figure out how to wake her up, and Russell Crowe goes, "When I was a kid, my brother used to flick my earlobe, and it would always wake me up." And then Ryan Gosling goes, "You have a brother?" And then Russell Crowe goes, "Yeah, I have a family." And for some reason, that little line, I only noticed it on like my sixth watch, and then I couldn't stop laughing thinking about it. There's something so
I have two that I just thought of. The equanimity line where where his wife goes, "Jack, I'm fucking your dad," and he goes,
he spits out his
"What?" It's just like such a good scene. And then also part of that scene where they bring Amelia to the house, and Marsh's daughter is there, and Marsh is like, "I thought you were at Janet's," and he's like, "Yeah, and then she's like, "Yeah, sorry, my sister kicked us out. She's having a guy over." And he goes, "Ah, your sister's such a slut." And she goes, "Yeah, I know." Just insane thing to say to like a 13-year-old girl. Yeah, your sister's such a slut.
Holly, what's this? Holland really just like hates all of Holly's friends. Like you notice it so many times in the movie. He can't remember any of their names, and he just like hates all of them. And it's such a weird, funny little like detail. But also, we forgot to mention like the first funny moment in the movie, other than like the Misty Mountains thing, is the intro to Russell Crowe's character when it starts in the school with the video of Jonathan.
Just like, oh, you don't think you're in the 70s? Okay, here's this. Jonathan has a gay towel.
And you hear after in the background, the class is just dying.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be dying too. The way that's delivered is just so dumb.
Also, I love when he's trying to find Amelia at the bar, and then he slides a little T-shirt dollar down to the guy. He's like, "You make that?" He's like, "Yeah, I did." And he's like, "Yeah, I made this," and then holds up the bat. And then it switches to this like noir thing of him like it's like a satire of a noir where he's talking to the audience. He's like, everything's like, it's all right as long as you get the results. And then he shatters his hand on the glass. That's a lot of blood. And then he's getting rushed to the hospital. Because it's like in noir movies, they're always so cool and they're always so smooth and they get all their shit done so perfectly. Funny. So it's such a funny like take on that to have him talking to the audience like he's doing some badass shit, and then he fucks up and rushes to the hospital. That's so funny.
Yeah, and another great part is when he's when they're talking to the to Amelia's mom. And he's like grabs her business card and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna. Do you mind if I take one of these? Does Tally have one of these too? Or should I get hers as well?" It's just, bro, it's so good.
That whole scene has so many moments. Like when he asks if he can take a mint, and then she says yes, and then he looks over to Russell Crowe for permission, and he's like, and it's just like little shit like that. Just adds up throughout like every.
I'm trying to stop. She's like, I'm trying.
But I spend my evenings on porn. Oh yeah, what kind? Like, what are your favorite films? No, anti porn. Oh, well, thank you.
And then he writes down, "Porn is bad."
God, it's so good.
He's like, I don't be able to do this for any less than 5,000. And then it shows her.
He looks at Russell Crowe and he's like,
he's like, I got you. Oh, that's the good.
And the Richard Nixon story is so good. Where he's like, so the point is like, there's multiple ways to view something. And he's like, yeah, and he's like, well, why didn't you just fucking say that then? Took me on this epic fucking journey.
Yeah. And the whole point was that there's two ways to see things, so just say that. Send me on a wild goose chase about this fucking story. Just say that.
Just following order.
Me and Carl quote that all the time.
Dude, that line, it's like a throwaway one, and the best part about it is he looks at Healy and goes, like, I got it.
I just want to take care of that guy for you.
Never really had one more.
Cash, you brought up another great sequence when they're in the elevator. And that shot, I know you used that shot as your thumbnail when you did your video essay on this movie. But where they look out and they see the guy just getting shot and they're both like, "Oh, nope." And Ryan Gosling, it's so good because you see him and he has like this little eye twitch that he does where he's just like,
he's shaking. You can see his cheeks like shaking because he's terrified.
Yeah. It's just, God. It's a perfect movie. You open with "Papa Was a Rolling Stone" by The Temptations, like the boom.
It just sets the
Yeah,
mood for a perfect noir film.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
she's not in it a lot. Shout out to Margaret Qualley. Smoke show. Holy shit.
Oh yeah. Oh,
She's
yeah.
awesome. She's so funny and everything. I love
Yeah.
her Once Upon a Time in
Dude.
Hollywood.
Well, except The Leftovers. She's so
I was
sad
gonna
in
say,
that.
I found her through The Leftovers, which is an HBO show. It's my favorite TV show of all time.
Yeah, you guys should watch it. Evan got me to watch it, and it's very good.
It's only 3 seasons. It's on HBO. The seasons are short. They're less than 10 episodes. It is fucking peak. And Margaret Qualley plays Justin Theroux is the main character. And Margaret
I don't
Qualley
think-
plays his daughter.
I don't think I've
gotta
ever
write
heard
this down.
someone recommend a show harder than Evan's recommending. The
Dude.
Leftovers.
I hate glazed leftovers. Me and Remy in the Real Talk Discord. Shut up, Carl. Join the Discord.
I
No,
don't know if I- yeah.
no, Cash, you
I
should just
think I have
get
Discord.
get Carl set up with Discord, and you should just join. I have my own server, and it's only the fun people from the Real Talk Discord, and you can just join that one.
one's
It's a
free,
good
yeah.
time. We do watch parties and shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sending my mom my mod pizza order.
Hell
Yeah, Cash. Cash and Carl, you guys should check out The Leftovers. Watch. Season 2 is better than Season 1, but watch the first episode. It's a super heavy show. Like, the plot is that, like, randomly one day 2% of the world's population disappears. And the whole show is about the leftovers, like the people who didn't disappear. And it's just like these
Oh.
fucked up people who were super damaged from it. It's fucking amazing. There's like a cult who think that it was like God doing it. Oh, it's amazing. It's so good.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
very
Margaret-
good.
Margaret Justin Theroux, dude. I watched American Psycho this morning. I hadn't seen it since I was 14 when I watched it, and I was like, yeah, Patrick Bateman, like Giga Chad, I'm him. That was the last time I saw that fucking movie, dude.
Yeah.
We were talking
I just
about
had
that,
to
how
watch it.
like American Psycho is like such a misunderstood movie of like fuckboys will watch it and they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm Patrick Bateman, I'm him.
Yeah, it's like
But-
people
and-
watching The Wolf of Wall Street and getting like
Yeah,
motivated.
or
by
like
it.
Fight
It's like,
Club.
that is not the intention of The Wolf of Wall Street.
And American
Motivate-
Psycho
Yeah.
is like it's a fucking hysterical satire. That movie is so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And-
taking a shit on all the people that work on Wall Street and have that mindset. Like it's
Yeah,
it's a shot
Yeah.
at them. You're not supposed to want
Yeah.
to be them. So
yeah.
people are silly.
Well, yeah, and Fight Club is so interesting. I've always found that movie really interesting, and I've watched a lot of video essays about it. And it's so interesting because you have this character, Tyler Durden, who I'm assuming you've seen Fight Club, Carl?
It's my
Hell
favorite
yeah.
David Fincher movie.
Okay. Oh, I don't know about that, but that. Oof. The only correct answer there is Social Network, but that's
No.
okay.
Dude,
That's the
shout
thing
out to
with Fincher,
Cash
there's like six
for
right
fucking
answers.
getting. Dude, shout out to Cash for getting cozy in bed on a rainy night and throwing on Seven as a comfort movie. That's what's
Hell
up.
yeah.
That's what's fucking up,
I'll
dude.
do it again
When-
right now.
You want to talk
Don't make
about
fun of me for
American
that shit.
Psycho, dude?
Dude,
What
when
the fuck is wrong
when they
with
announced
you?
when they announced, you know what?
You know what I'm
You're
saying.
insane first.
You see us for me.
No,
me and Cash are on the right side of the screen. We're on the right side of history.
Hell
Seven
yeah.
is fucking
Oh,
peak.
is that
You
what-
put on fucked up
I'm
shit
sure
to
Hitler
go to
thought
bed
that
to.
too.
Makes you feel more
Dude,
cozy.
just toss. Also, I'm sorry I made you guys watch Martyrs.
Oh no!
You know
I
what?
don't- I don't-
No, that's honestly fair because a lot of horror movies are like if I'm like I've had a stressful day and I just want to unwind, I'll watch like Hereditary.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Well, that's just like I just love it so much. Or I'll watch The Exorcist. I love The Exorcist. Paranormal Activity.
Those are
I'll watch. Those are super fun. Or of course, Tron Legacy, the second greatest
That
film
makes
of all
sense.
time.
God.
That
Do you like Tron Legacy? Are you a Tron Legacy supporter, Carl?
I do like Tron Legacy, but I've never once gotten home from a rough day and been like, so stressed out. I need to watch someone cut their head off. That would make me feel
See, and here's the thing for me, and why horror is probably my number one favorite genre, is that I've struggled with anxiety issues my entire life, and when I watch a horror movie, because a lot of my life, my anxiety, I can't pinpoint it on anything. It's just like, I feel like shit, and I feel like everybody's talking about da-da-da-da-da, and I feel like I'm losing my mind, because I can't, like, pinpoint it on anything. But when I'm watching a horror movie, I can be like, oh, I'm anxious right now, but that's because Toni Collette is screaming at Alex Wolff, or that's because I just saw a shadowy figure walk in the back of the screen. You know, I can, like, pinpoint it. And then when it's over, it's over. You know?
I feel bad that we watched Punch Drunk Love without knowing anything about it, and it just sent you down a spiral.
No, yeah, it was a struggle. Last night at work, I was like,
Dude,
it
it's
was
so
a
crazy.
struggle.
Like, I know we're just gonna kind of tangent now, but like, when Uncut Gems came out, I didn't hear shit about Punch Drunk Love, and those two movies are very similar.
Yeah, I'd agree
It's
with that.
same panic attack type shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking love
Are
when he
you
runs through and
are you
starts
guys
kicking
gonna
out all
do
windows.
the? What's that? Sorry.
When he starts kicking out all the windows. And
Oh my
Punch Drunk
God.
Love. Fucking
Yeah.
love that.
Pete. Are you guys
Um,
gonna do the A24 IMAX showings like Ex Machina, Uncut Gems, and Hereditary?
I can't Carl, but I'm going to Uncut Gems and Hereditary. I don't think I'm going to Ex Machina.
Dude,
'Cause
it's
I
supposed to be
don't
playing
love
next
it.
week, and they haven't even announced the showtimes for me yet, so I don't know if I'm getting it.
Yeah.
We
I think
have
I'll
the-
see
here we
Ex
have
Machina
the
and
Ex
Hereditary.
We don't have tickets for Uncut Gems or Hereditary yet, but I'm buying those like day one. I don't want to miss
Dude, I
out
need
on that.
Julia Fox.
Especially Hereditary.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
Julia Fox on a
Julia
big
Fox
screen.
in IMAX?
You know how that makes me feel? Gah!
Dude, Uncut Gems is gonna be crazy in IMAX, especially because it never came. It was a Netflix movie, right? Like,
No,
Yeah.
it was theatrical. Me and
Oh,
Carl saw it in
really?
theaters. Yeah.
oh shit. Maybe I'm just
It just
But I will
instantly went
probably-
onto Netflix, so that's where most people. It's like Breaking Bad. How some people think Breaking Bad's a Netflix show because it's been on Netflix for 18
Yeah.
years, but it was an AMC show. They just made a deal.
Yeah.
With and
I'm worried that
That's where
Godzilla
most
vs
people watch
Kong is gonna take up all the IMAX screens. I'm just gonna be fucked.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
1,000% seeing that in IMAX, dude. I love those movies.
I've been worried that Dune 2 is gonna stop doing IMAX, and because of the new Godzilla, and so I need to book a date like soon before it ends because I want to see it in IMAX one more time.
Yeah. Something I wanted to ask you. Carl, you're not chronically online like us, so I'm sure you don't know about this. But Late Night with the Devil using AI. I don't know if you know. Do you know this movie, Carl? Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I saw the trailer. I didn't know about the AI thing, but Cash actually
Okay,
told
so
me about it yesterday.
It
Yeah,
takes up
they-
like 5 seconds total in the movie.
Yeah.
They used
So
it to
they-
make like still images.
Yeah, like scene
Yeah.
transitions. So they used AI for that. And it led to a very heated fight in the Discord, Carl, towards a certain person named Ace. Holy shit, this kid was like, it's the revolution. Oh my god. And
What
we
an
were talking
idiot.
about it for, like,
I hope he listens to this pod episode, and if he does, Ace, get that stick out of your ass and just enjoy stuff.
yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
Something I was
Rec
kinda
me a
curious-
good movie. How about that? I don't want to watch
Yeah,
Blue
sure.
Blood and Honey. I want to watch a
How
good
about
movie.
can we eat a dick, dude?
God, that was so aggressive. Just, dude, eat a dick.
Dude,
Okay, so
you recommend
here's
you
what
wreck someone poo, blood, and honey out of spite? Fuck you, dude.
is playing. Who Blood and Honey 2 is playing in my theaters next week, and I kind of want to go.
Wait, the second. Oh yeah, we talked about Cash Carl. Do you guys know about like the whole universe they're doing with this?
First, it's called
I
the
saw
saw
Pooverse.
something about it.
The poo.
Yeah, I saw something about it.
More
God,
like
I'm
the-
so excited. I love that. I think that's so funny. They're going to be so awful, and I'm just going to eat it up, bro. Oh, my God.
I don't know if I can do it.
We're just talking.
Ever
about
since Robert, I'm just so like I'm so careful about
Dude,
what I
I'm
watch.
joined for the rest of the Robert movies.
No.
I at least want to watch, like, the fifth one, where, like, he's in communist Russia with, like, Joseph Stalin.
Yeah, I watched
Wait.
that one. That
Did
intrigued me.
you hear the synopsis for Robert 6 or whatever it is?
Yeah, that's the one I'm referencing.
There's
But if
6
it's
of those?
if it's what Trey just said, then yeah, there's 6.
Yeah. But how I feel at this point is if I can watch all 4 of the final Children of the Corn movies in one day, I can pretty much do anything.
Yeah, I can tell you
All
this,
right.
Trey. You're a fucking tank for that. Because
Yeah.
you,
Dude, that last day, I was messaging you while I was doing that, Cash. That last day was awful. There was a certain time where if you went on my letterbox and my most recent activity, it was the final 4 Children of the Corn movies, and it just half star.
I told myself.
That's incredible. It's like the end of
Carl-
Martyrs by the time you finish that. Just fucking.
Yeah, I think Cash knows this, but how I decide what movie I'm gonna watch is I go on my watch list and I shuffle it, and I choose whatever comes up top because it kind of like forces me to get out of my comfort zone, and watch stuff I wouldn't usually watch. But if I come up to a franchise, I'm like, okay, it's time to just binge this whole franchise. So right now I'm doing the Friday the 13th movies, which actually there's more good stuff than bad stuff in these. At least from what I've seen so far, I'm enjoying them. But yeah, I did Children of the Corn. The first few are all right, but man, do they fall off? It is bad. Holy
I've
cow!
only seen the first one and I hate it.
Dude, 6 is
Yeah, I
gas.
hate Children of the
The
Corn.
first 3 are pretty shit, and 6 is gas. Let
Is that,
me.
Jason Takes
Friday?
Manhattan?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on.
Is it-
No, 6 is the one where Tommy like kills him in the lake.
Dude, I don't know. I
Spoiler.
watched
Which
all
one
of
does he
them in
punch
Korea.
that guy's head off in New York? Jason Goes to New York. Is that
It's
it?
called Jason Goes to
Jason
New York.
Takes-
Oh, it is.
I thought it was Jason Takes
I
Manhattan.
like that one. Yeah,
Oh.
Jason
Yeah.
Takes Manhattan.
Let me really quick before we get back to Late Night with the Devil, because I do have a legitimate question. Let me read out the synopsis for Robert 6. Carl, Cash, you will be hooked after I read this. All right. This is called Robert Reborn 2019. The tagline is "Nothing this evil ever dies." In 1951 USSR, as the Cold War intensifies, infamous dictator Joseph Stalin is suffering with illness and his death is imminent. Meanwhile, KGB agent Stokovich discovers a mysterious stage show in the Baltic region featuring 3 creepy dolls, Robert, the Kalishnikov, and Miss Cyclops. Spellbound by the lifelike animation displayed by the dolls on stage, Stokovich investigates the show's host and discovers he is a German toy maker who owns a mysterious toy book which holds the key to eternal life. Believing the toy maker and his book will help Stalin escape death, Stokovich kidnaps him and they board a plane to Moscow, but the toy maker's living creations have followed them. When the plane is midair, all hell breaks loose as Stokovich and his team of KGB agents realize the 3 dolls on board will stop at nothing to rescue their puppet master. Fasten your seatbelt and prepare for blood-soaked toys terror at 30,000 feet. That is
Holy
the
shit.
letterbox description for this movie. Holy
How is that
Pete.
so
Fuck yeah.
long?
Fuck
That was
yeah,
like
dude, that's
4
great.
I know,
paragraphs.
bro. It's crazy. This
That's
movie
insane.
sounds fucking nuts.
Maybe I'll
Makes on a
skip
plane
1 through
with Robert
5
and-
and
Yeah.
just watch 6.
Rush.
Yeah. But I wanted to ask you guys about, like, and we were talking about a lot in the Discord, Carl, but, like, if a movie starts infesting itself with AI beyond a few frames, like, would you still go see it? And I want to hear all
for
your
me, it
opinions on
depends.
this. Like, yeah.
Yeah, for me, it depends. I am anti-AI, in the sense of like just get people to do it, like pay people.
Yeah.
And most of the time it's gonna be better anyway. But like in this particular situation, it's a horror movie, which I don't really like a lot of horror movies, but I try to
Yeah.
watch them because I like having horror movies that I like, and I like the main guy in it. I don't remember his name.
David Dasmalchian, baby, the goat.
And yeah,
I really
this
like
is
him,
only
so-
3 frames too.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like it, but it's not enough to get me to not watch it.
Yeah.
If there's a completely AI movie, like
Fuck
unless
that
like
shit.
Nicolas Cage is in it or something, then
True.
I probably won't watch it.
Yeah, like the moment they start using it to make CGI for movies, that's when I'm like, all right.
Which is going to happen.
'Cause-
if
it's
we
gonna
allow
happen
them
for sure.
to use it now for the 3 frames, yeah, it's not a big deal now. If that's all they ever did with it, sure, it's not a big deal. But that's
Yeah,
not
'cause,
all
like-
they'll ever do with it. If we allow them to do it for the 3 frames, we're giving them permission and saying, yeah, we like AI. Now they're going to use it way more, and it's going to start a domino effect. That's why it's important to
Yeah,
like.
and
I'm
it's-
not boycotting the movie, but I understand why people are, and I don't blame them. Some people boycott movies for dumb shit that has nothing to do with the movie, like the people boycotting Dune that
Yeah,
has
that's
nothing to do
fucking
with the
insane.
movie.
Why
That's
are
silly.
people boycotting Dune?
Okay, for multiple reasons. Timothy Chalamet made a stupid joke on SNL about Israel. So that was one thing, but then also people are next level dent heads and think that Dune is
Oh.
a white savior story, and think
Oh
that,
yeah, I've been
like,
seeing those all over TikTok. They're hilarious. Those people could not be dumber.
It's so weird because people think Dune is a white savior story, or it's mocking like Israel and like the religions of the Middle East, which is insane. Especially because Dune is a critique of the white savior story, and like yeah, there's some more. Sorry, I'm not gonna say the word I want to say, but like there's some morons that think, oh, it's a ripoff of whatever. Like, I
No,
got it right
other
here.
stuff is a ripoff of Dune.
yeah, these books are old as
Yeah.
shit. Dune is the classic. It's what influenced all these. Honestly, like I read Dune. I remember the first trailer for Dune 2019 came out, and I ripped to the bookstore and I bought Dune immediately, and read it, and it was amazing. And ever since then, I've hated Star Wars even more than I already hated Star Wars. Like
It doesn't do it
any
any favors.
dude.
Yeah.
I hated Last Jedi. It was so funny. My brother is a diehard Star Wars fanboy. When Force Awakens came out, he went to a marathon, and it was Star Wars 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the world premiere like one day early of Force Awakens, and he went and sat through all of them like a psychopath, and then he went to go see Last Jedi like a day earlier than I did, and he was like, dude, it's a masterpiece, it's fucking perfect.
Dude, I think
And I
I'd
went to
rather
go
watch
see
the
it.
Children of the Corns.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
I'd rather be
But it was
smoking
so
trays
funny
now.
because we had dentist appointments together right after I went to go see Last Jedi, so I drove home to pick him up, and he goes, wasn't that fucking amazing? And I was like, I hated that stupid ass movie. And the drive to the dentist, we were bickering back and forth because he is a glazer and will die on Star Wars like fanboy hill, and
Wait, you don't like Last Jedi?
I have Last Jedi at a 1 star specifically because it looks good. I fucking hate that movie.
That's insane.
I
Oh
don't
my
like
God.
Star Wars really at all,
Yeah.
but I'd say Last Jedi is one of the more interesting ones to me. If I had to watch one,
It's
it would be
so
the original
unique.
trilogy, and then Last Jedi would be my next choice.
Yeah. Like
Last Jedi is the best Star Wars movie.
Last Jedi is interesting because Star Wars is so formulaic and Last Jedi is so different from every Star Wars movie.
And that's why it's the best!
I just think it's fucking
Except for
boring.
the Casino Planet. Fuck the Casino
the
Planet.
Casino Planet is awful. It is so boring. Oh my god, they
They should have just
wasted
taken
Benicio
that
del
out.
Toro. Holy shit, they wasted him so hard. You guys have been talking about it. You need to get on the Chris Pine Star Trek movies. They are awesome. I hate
Dude, I
Star
want
Wars.
to.
I love those. I love those movies. They're a blast.
And Zoe Saldana is in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Ooh.
yum yum.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
God, Carl, you crack me up. We should both just ditch our podcasts, both of us, like all four of us, and then create one super podcast.
They
The
can't
old
handle
mega
it.
load.
Dude, they
Yeah.
it's not possible.
It'd be too many certified come in my ass moments if we did that. We gotta
It's
limit
true.
them.
Dude, it's so weird because I like sci-fi. I like sci-fi more than fantasy. I'm not a huge fantasy person. I find myself pretty uninterested outside of Lord of the Rings. But then,
What about
like-
Harry Potter?
No, okay, yeah, Harry Potter. Sure, I love Harry Potter, except for
Avada
Half-Blood Prince.
Kedavra. That's
Yeah,
an
fuck
insane
Half-Blood
take.
Fuck Half-Blood
That's an
Prince.
insane take, dude.
Probably the worst
Insane.
thing.
Half-Blood Prince.
The
No,
first-
Goblet of Fire is easily the worst Harry Potter
That is
movie.
such an L.
Goblet kind of
it's-
smells too, but not as bad as
Dude,
Half-Blood
but
Prince.
Goblet is fun.
Half-Blood
It's not a
Prince
good
is-
Harry
It's got
Potter movie.
Patty Boy in
Pretty
it, so
hot.
I'm in.
True.
Yeah.
But Goblet's
got a
fun.
good
It has
ending.
the trials. The trials are entertaining.
The first trial.
Half-Blood
Half-Blood
is
Prince
pretty
is fucking boring.
terrible.
It's so boring. The first
It is
2
weird.
hours
That's
are
insane.
boring, and then it's like,
Yeah.
oh, the Horcrux are here, and Harry and Dumbledore are gonna go pop off, and the last like 30-40 minutes are super fun. That's a like 2 hour 40 movie.
Yeah.
It's
Apparently
so boring
it's
for
one of the
first
best
hour.
Bullshit
books,
with-
but it's
Yeah.
one of the worst movies.
Bullshit with Dumbledore and Harry Potter, and then the rest of it is like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
Snape's kind of
exactly. It's super stinky.
No, here's how the Harry Potter rankings go. Deathly Hallows Part 1, Half-Blood Prince,
What the fuck?
Prisoner of Azkaban, Deathly Hallows Part 2.
When you said
Did it
Deathly
start
Hallows Part
last at
1,
first?
I thought you were starting from the back. I thought you were naming
Yeah.
the worst one and then
That's what
going.
we
No,
do.
Deathly Hallows Part 1. It's the most faithful to the book, and you get the most character development. It's a beautiful story. It's enjoyable.
It's nap inducing.
Was the book
This
a
is
piece of
movies we're talking about. We're talking about
shit? Pile of
Yeah,
shit.
fuck the books. I don't give a shit about the books.
I enjoy that one the most. I'm just
Dude,
being
that-
honest here.
That movie is so boring. The best part of that movie is Ron and Harry and Hermione dancing. I already don't like Ron because he's a whiny bitch, and he is on whiny bitch mode times 1,000 in that fucking movie. Oh my god, he is so annoying.
Yeah.
Well, so is Harry.
We just
Not
rewatched
even
Harry
on.
Potter last year, and I already
Oh
forgot
my
everything
God.
in part 1.
That's
Dude.
insane.
When
Well, I remember,
Ron
like,
is wearing that stupid necklace, he is the whiniest wah baby bitch boy of
Oh
all
my
time.
god.
Holy
Alright, guys, we need to wrap this up. Thank you for joining us today.
No, we started the Harry Potter movies, and Cash was like, "Dude, Ron is that guy." And then we were like,
Ron is
"No
not
time
that
to
guy."
make my move. I'll check. You can check.
You're
the king."
free to
And, like,
check the king.
Yeah, and then we got to Deathly Hallows, and Cash was like, "Dude, fuck Ron."
Yeah, fuck Ron,
Dude,
dude.
no,
I
it
also
was
hate
like
Ron.
before that. It was like Goblet of Fire. He's still good
Yeah.
in Azkaban, and then when you get to Goblet of Fire, he's just a little bitch.
Yeah, because
And I
Goblet of
just
Fire,
hate
he
it.
does that whiny shit where he goes on silent mode and he's using other people to talk to Harry, and he's all "Nee, wah, wah, wah."
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so.
Well, Harry's kind of a prick, too. Neither of them are very good friends.
Harry's
And they would have died in the first movie if not for Hermione.
I don't remember a
Dude,
single
even-
instance of Harry being a prick in that entire franchise.
I need to talk about in the first movie when, or maybe it's the second movie, but Ron is in the Devil's Snare, and Harry and Hermione are like, just relax. If you sit still, you'll fall through, and Ron is like, I'm gonna die, and they're like, just fucking sit still. It's so annoying. Oh my god.
That's wrong.
The slander, man.
One
The
thing-
slander.
I mean, we're off topic.
Neville-
again, but
Neville better than Ron. Team.
W.
W.
Dude, have you guys seen the Harry
That
Potter?
kid
but
that blows
with
up
guns?
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seamus the-
What's his name?
Seamus.
Seamus?
Yeah, yeah, that kid.
Jameis, that's the
fucking
guy.
Big W.
Dude, I love in Deathly
My
Hallows
dad's a muggle. My mom's a witch.
Dude, in Deathly Hallows Part 2, when they're like, we need to blow the bridge, and they're like, how we do it? And McGonagall's like, Seamus will take care of it. And it's just this thing.
Oh yeah,
But,
it's like an
dude,
Avengers Assemble moment.
Yeah. Shit.
We
Dude.
got our pyrotechnics guy.
That scene in Deathly Hallows Part 2 where Harry shows up and he's like confronting Snape, and then McGonagall hops in front of him to like protect him and just shits on Snape.
Hard.
Every time I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, let's go.
Is when
Yeah.
Hermione's mom goes, not today, bitch, and fucking ices.
Well, that's
Helena
that's
Bonham Carter. It's later.
yeah, that's Ron's mom, not Hermione's
Sorry,
mom.
Sorry. Anyway.
Oh my god, that scene in Part 1 where Bellatrix is cutting Hermione's arm, that is one scene I skip every time. I can't listen to it. Emma Watson's acting in that scene while she's getting like muggle blood cut into her arm, it makes me so uncomfortable. I'm just like, I can't handle it.
I might be a big, gigantic pussy, but anytime I watch Chamber of Secrets, I walk away for the Forbidden Forest scene. I can't
Yeah, you're a
handle the
pussy.
spiders, bro. I can't handle the spiders, dude.
Have you seen
Dude,
Enemy?
I've seen Enemy, and I will... Dude, Oscar in the Real Talk Discord sends the fucking ending to me all the time. And I hate
Yeah, he
it.
loves it. That's like his favorite
Oh my
Denis movie or
God.
something.
I
he's
fucking
ill.
hate
That's a great pick.
Dude, that ending is creepy as shit if you're not afraid of spiders.
Yeah.
So I can
Yeah.
imagine for someone
Dude,
who is.
I can't stand it. I hate hairy spiders, and that movie, oh my god. Dude, I was cleaning, because I'm moving next week, so I was cleaning out the cupboards. I saw a spider in one of my cupboards, and I fucking ran away. I ran outside.
Damn.
I can't stand spiders, dude.
Oh,
One thing I really wanted to talk about, I know we're off topic and just yapping, but Furiosa is coming out soon.
That is
Trey-
true.
Trey is a loser and has not seen Fury Road yet for some reason.
Holy cow.
I know. What a...
I'm waiting. We're reviewing it in like 2 weeks for the pod.
You're waiting to watch all the other Mad Max movies. I don't think
Don't
you
watch
need
them.
to. You don't need to. You can watch Road Warrior. Road Warrior is cool.
Fuck 'em. They're boring.
All the
Don't
Mad
watch
Max
them.
movies are
Watch Fury
fucking
Road.
sick.
I've seen
But
Road
definitely-
Warrior.
I'm trusting Carl on this one. And you know what I also like? I like
That's
when you
crazy.
can go into your stats on Letterboxd and it's like, here's collections you have completed. That's why I have to watch all of them.
Okay,
Who runs
Um,
Watertown?
because me and Trey will just hang out while we play video games, and I'll throw a movie on. And last, like a week or two ago, I was watching Fury Road while we played games, and this guy must have just listened to me go, "Oh my fucking god, holy shit!"
Yeah,
for, like, 2 hours
it sounded like Evan was just jacking off for
Yeah,
like
I was
2
just-
hours.
I was just edging. Like, I was
What
just
it
doing it
feels
for
like,
2 hours
dude.
straight.
Yeah.
Dude,
Every
it
time we
is-
see a movie now, the Furiosa trailer plays, and that
Yeah.
theme, when the name comes up at the end, when it says Furiosa, that theme is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And in theaters, like having that blast in your ears is nuts. I can't wait to see
Yeah,
that.
I went to
Also-
the Dune early access premiere, like on the
Mhm.
25th, like 5 days early, and they had the those like early screening where it's just like a still of like Dune 2 early screening
Yeah.
type shit. They had that up. My showing was at 7, so I get there. We get popcorn, we sit down, and it's like 7:05. They played 2 trailers, and then the movie started. Only 2 trailers, and we saw it in IMAX. The first trailer, Godzilla vs. Kong, and I was like, get this shit off my screen.
Oh, fuck
Get this
off.
shit off my
Hey.
screen. I watched
Kong meme?
Godzilla -1 like 3 months ago, and
Sorry.
I don't want to see this because I'd rather just rewatch Godzilla -1.
You know what, Evan? You've been hating on all my favorite movies that you know I love, so I'm just going to start hating on the shit you like.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah,
saw this
yeah,
trailer
fuck
for a new Barbie movie coming out.
Oh
Only
my God.
little children.
Yeah, Carl, let me put you onto something. Okay. A couple of years ago, maybe last year, my girlfriend was really sad. She goes, "Can we watch Barbie and the Princess and the Pauper, an animated movie?" And I was like, "You know what? Sure." We watched it. and it kind of fucking banged. And then we watched 15 animated Barbie movies. I shit you not. If you look at my letterbox, I have the BCU, the Barbie Cinematic Universe, ranked. 10 of them are 5 stars.
Dude,
They're
I
gas.
can tell you
I
one
can tell you
thing.
right now.
I'm never
Me
doing
and you
that.
live very different lives, pal. Very different lives. So I would say,
Dude.
sounds good. You have fun with that, and then I would go fuck off. Dude, when I watched Fury Road, I went with my wife and my brother-in-law on my side, my sister, and we went there to watch something that we all agreed on. And when me and my brother-in-law saw Fury Road was out, we were like, we're not watching that anymore. We're watching Fury Road.
Yeah.
Just vetoed the whole situation, and they both fucking hated it. They both hated that movie so bad.
Yeah, it's not a woman movie. It's
But
guys being dudes.
it's guys being
Hell yeah.
dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
Also,
this is.
Man,
I
shit.
still want a Tom Hardy Mad Max movie by George
Oh,
Miller
yeah.
because he's not really in it too much, and Furiosa is the main character, which is why a prequel felt a little weird to me. Not because it's a bad idea, but just because Fury Road was a Furiosa movie, so why
We're supposed to talk
do it
about
again?
Furiosa here.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just supposedly he was working on a movie called Mad Max Wastelands. I don't know if that's a different movie than Furiosa, or if that's just that if that was just like the working title for Furiosa. But I'd love to see a trilogy,
think-
like him finish like a new Mad Max trilogy and
Right.
finished with like
Yeah.
a Tom Hardy Wastelands movie.
Do you think
Yeah.
that Mad Max will show up in Furiosa? I mean, it's way before his time, so probably.
I don't
not.
think so.
Yeah, I don't think
I
so
want
either.
like
Who
the whole
plays
thing-
Mad Max?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Okay.
The whole reason I brought this up is because there's been a lot of debate about Furiosa. I'm cautiously optimistic about this movie. I think some of the CGI is kind of iffy, but also like Fury Road is fucking insanely over the top, so it's not a big issue.
Mm-hmm.
Fury Road is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm curious to see if George Miller still has the juice, because it's possible he used all of it on Fury Road, because that movie is like the most juicy movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
Right. And it had a
That-
massive
that-
budget.
Yeah. Oh, is it more than Furiosa?
Oh yeah.
The last
Yeah.
time I watched Fury Road, my review is just hard dick shit. Like that movie is 2 hours long. It feels like 45 minutes because most
Yeah.
of it is driving down a road with fucking dudes playing guitars, spitting fire out of their mouths, cars exploding, crazy shit going on, just guys being dudes.
Yep. You know it's a guys being dudes movie when there's a character named Rictus Erectus.
Yeah, dude, Rictus Erectus.
Yeah, dude, that's what it's all about.
That's
No,
what
but-
we're talking about here.
Yeah, me and Cash talked about
Like-
that because when we watched the trailer of Furiosa, we were like, "This doesn't look." There's certain sequences that look a little like off, and
Right? So
we
that's
talked about
kinda
how
why-
the budget for Fury Road was so big and it didn't really make a ton of money in the box office. I think is what we discussed.
It didn't, but also I fucked up and I'm wrong. Furiosa has
Oh,
a higher
shit.
budget.
Oh shit.
Supposedly, Google's saying that Furiosa's budget is 250 million, which
Oh,
is a
wow.
shit ton. So
Yeah,
I don't know if it's going to be very successful because it's not a very wide demographic film. It's like for a
Yeah,
very
especially
specific
because-
type of person. So,
Like I don't
I'd be
want
worried
to
about
dumb
that.
down Mad Max Fury Road, but most of it is dudes driving down the same road.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's sick as fuck. But
Yeah.
it's dudes
it's for a
driving down a
specific
dirt
person. Though.
road.
Like it's not a blockbuster hit like Mission Impossible or something like that.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if Immortan Joe is gonna hit as hard, but especially because the actor that played it in Fury Road died.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know
But
if I knew that.
yeah, because Immortan Joe is fucking awesome in Fury Road,
Yeah.
and like all of the bad guys in that movie have so much personality, and they're so weird. I think Chris Hemsworth looks awesome. He looks super entertaining. I
Yep,
just feel
the
like
big
this
schnoz.
movie.
I
feel like- Yeah, true. I feel like Fury Road has so much juice, and it doesn't feel like it's catering to the popular demographic in the slightest. This is a movie for people who just want to go fucking watch some sick action, and I'm worried that Furiosa might cater to try and make some more money, because that's the era of movies we live in these days,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which sucks. I love Anya Taylor-Joy. I think she'll be a sick Furiosa because
Oh,
she
she's
hasn't really put on.
incredible.
Dude, she hasn't put on a bad performance at all. Like, she's awesome. So
Yeah, she's incredible in everything I've seen her in.
I'm kind of curious to see if this movie just kind of lacks that authenticity and like originality that Fury Road had, because Fury Road was so electric, and I don't think they have it in the States because I live in Canada, Carl, but they have this thing here called D-Box, and it's pretty much 4DX, but instead of like all the other shit, it's just like the seats move. And I went to go see Mad Max Fury Road in D-Box, and the movie opens with like the studio logos with an engine turning on, and it's like the seats were going fucking
That's
crazy.
fucking awesome.
And I was like, holy shit, this is gonna be the best movie I've ever seen in my entire life, dude.
Yeah.
And it was peak as fuck. Like, I'm just a bit worried. So I'm like cautiously optimistic. Like, my expectations aren't as high as they would have been just for how peak Fury Road is.
Yeah.
Just because I'm worried a bit of like, yeah, I don't know.
I'm still pretty confident about it. I think it's gonna be badass. You know what I am super excited for though, that I just saw the trailer for, is Alien Romulus. Or no,
We're back.
Yeah, it's Romulus.
Yeah,
We're back.
Alien
That shit was
Romulus.
fucking crazy.
Fede is gonna cook.
Dude, Fede is such a fucking good director.
All he does is cook.
How about shout out to Alan? Go fuck yourself. Evil Dead 2013 is peak as shit, and you're you might be missing a couple brain cells. Trey, don't even start.
I don't have it at a negative rating, but I also think it's the worst Evil Dead movie.
What the fuck,
Dude, I hated
1000%.
that movie when I first watched it.
dude?
Because
Evil Dead-
it is the most un-Evil Dead movie, right? Because it's really, and I think
Okay, Trey, really quick before
can
you-
you, Evan, you just glazed Mad Max for 20 straight fucking minutes.
I'm just really
Let me
curious
talk.
to see if Trey and Cash like 2013's Evil Dead.
I never said I didn't like. I just said I don't. I have it at a 3.5.
Oh,
But what?
God.
It's. Shut up, dude. Here's the thing. The 2013 Evil Dead, I think if I would have seen that before I had seen any of the other Evil Dead movies, it would have been higher rated. What Sam Raimi was able to accomplish with the original trilogy, having these insane, over-the-top, gory movies, but also have them be unbelievably campy and cheesy and funny, there's just like this certain charm that he was able to inject into that original trilogy. Which I have the first one at a 4, the second one at a 4.5, and then I have Army of Darkness at a 5. And I don't know who directed Evil Dead 2013, but it's like, okay, and it's good. The gore is gnarly. There's some great gory sequences, but there's zero Evil Dead charm. And that's what makes the Evil Dead movies so great, is that charm of being like a goofy, fun time, kind of like stuff Eli Roth has done, like Cabin Fever and Thanksgiving. It's gory and it's creepy, but it's goofy. And that the 2013 Evil Dead just didn't have that. And that's why Evil Dead Rise from 2023 was so excellent, is because Lee Cronin was able to grab and grasp some of that like goofy, fun, campy charm and put it into this movie that was gnarly as fuck. But and I'm not saying the 2013 Evil Dead is bad. I have it at a 3.5. I think it's excellent, but I I think that it is the weakest of the Evil Dead franchise.
You were kind of spitting just now. I think it just
Thank
depends
you.
on I'm
I agree
sort of
100%
similar,
with what
but
Trey
I think
said.
it just depends on if you like comedic horror movies. Because I'm actually kind of not huge on comedic horror movies, like campy horror, like stuff like Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Even though I love *Malignant*, so
Yeah!
like,
Malignant is peak,
but-
dude.
Yeah, *Malignant's fucking awesome. But typically, I like for my horror movies to just be straight horror movies, and I don't really
Yeah.
need any levity.
Yeah,
or
that's
comedy
fair.
in it. So I haven't seen Evil Dead 2 or Army of
Oof.
Darkness.
If
So
you don't like
If you don't
campy
like horror comedy, don't watch them. You won't like them.
I'll still probably watch them just because they're popular and people
Dude,
talk
Evil
about
Dead
them.
2 is fucking
But
awesome.
I like the new 2 Evil Deads better than the original, like Sam
So-
Raimi one,
Yeah.
because they're just more
Army
nice.
of Darkness is I go Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 2, Evil Dead Rise, and then The Evil Dead, and then Evil Dead from 2013.
That makes
The
perfect sense
concept
for
to
what you
Army of
just did.
Darkness looks so awesome.
Oh, it's
I
so
wanna
fun.
watch Army of
It's
Darkness
so
so bad.
stupid.
What you just spit, Trey, makes perfect sense for your ranking because, like, Army of Darkness it's not a horror, it's a comedy. That movie is a pure comedy. It's fucking
Yeah.
hilarious. And Evil Dead Rise is terrifying, but also so wacky and over the top. Like
Yeah.
the scene when I can't remember her name, but the like mom,
Yeah, Alyssa Sutherland's character,
yeah, Alyssa Sutherland,
who
bites
should have
into
gotten
that-
a Best Supporting Actress nom.
Yeah, dude, she bites into that dude's face and bites his eye out, and then spits it into that other dude's mouth, and he chokes and dies. Holy shit! I was laughing my ass off. That's the kind of camp that the original Evil Dead movies carry,
Yeah,
and it makes total sense that that ranks high for you. It's my favorite too. I love the camp. I just think like, yeah, what you said, like Evil Dead 2013 isn't a typical Evil Dead movie. That is a fucking brutal horror movie, and
yeah,
I just kind of love the switch up, and we're in this kind of weird renaissance of horror. It's almost weird to call it that because the last bit has been pretty shit. But like the 2020s have been insane for horror. We got Smile. I don't know how you guys feel about Smile. We got Malignant.
peak.
We got Barbarian, which is awesome. We got
Hell yeah.
Talk to Me, which is fucking gas. Talk to Me is awesome. And
Yep.
again, Talk to Me has those comedic elements. Like we've been getting some awesome original horror movies, which makes
Yeah.
me so happy. And then even this week, Immaculate just came out with Sydney Sweeney. The reviews aren't great. I mean, Sydney Sweeney,
Some are.
I'm sad. Remy,
Yeah, Remy just logged it and he gave it a 4.5.
yeah, and Tyler in the Real Talk as well. He gave it a 4. He really liked it, so I'm gonna go see it. I am all for original horror. Like, I didn't see Exorcist Believer. I didn't see.
Don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do it.
Hey,
Dude,
again, not there. It was pretty shit, but there was some stuff to enjoy about it. The
What's
two
that?
girls who played the two
Are you sure?
two girls who were being possessed, they were pretty good, pretty creepy. But most of it was pretty awful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
The best thing about the movie is the Exorcist theme that they play one time. That was the best
Yeah.
moment.
I really love this age of horror we're in, because we're in an age of companies making movies to make money, and then I know you guys aren't huge on Poor Things, but we get shit like Poor Things, which is super unique, and we get
Yeah.
Dune, and we get these really unique horror films that are fucking awesome. And it makes me like believe, and especially with this AI stuff, it's like that sucks and companies are awful, but we get these amazing original movies that cook, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe we're not doomed after all. Even Wonka,
Yeah, dude.
I am a Paul King defender. Paddington 2 is one of the best movies of all time.
Dude, Paddington is it's so fucking
Holy
good.
shit, bro! It's so
I made
fucking
fun of
good.
it for the longest time. I was like, why is this so high?
Oh my
rated?
God.
What the fuck? And then I watched 1 and 2, and I was like, that was incredible.
I,
That was
I would
ridiculous.
sacrifice. I would sacrifice my life for Paddington.
Yeah.
What a
Him
fucking
and his little
homie.
fucking suitcase with ladder in it.
Hell yeah, dude.
That was-
Dude, that hat.
Still, one scene that will never stop making me laugh is in the first one where they're giving him a name, Paddington, and he has the ketchup bottle, and he goes, Paddington, and sprays the ketchup, and you hear someone in the background like, Gah! It's just so good.
And again,
I thought it was Paddington.
I know you guys are not huge on Yorgos and the killing of a sacred deer and the lobster and all that, but like seeing those really unique movies kind of gives me faith in directors being able to put out weird shit that is unique, and it's like thank God that this still exists, because we're getting shit like Godzilla X Kong and Night Swim that are just dog shit.
Oh.
Absolute
Hey,
dog shit.
Godzilla X Kong hasn't even come out yet. Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, hey,
Attacking
watch
you,
it.
Trey.
Don't.
Those are my dude, Carl, you don't know. Those are like if I go like my true comfort movies, like I'm going to put on Godzilla King of Monsters, I mean, there's this scene in Godzilla vs. Kong where Godzilla like takes out Kong and he's like down for the count, and then they make this huge, basically a ginormous defibrillator to like shock him back to life because Mecha Godzilla came out and real Godzilla is like losing, and so they shock Kong back to life, and he gets up and he's all hyped up and this rock music is playing, and then he pops his own shoulder back in on the side of the skyscraper and does like the Henry Cavill revving up his arms thing where he's like, and he walks up and just starts wailing on Mechagodzilla. It's fucking sick.
I'm gonna YouTube that, and the second this ends, I'm YouTubing that.
Dude,
I love
it's so good.
I love
Like,
that. Anything that's massive like that, I love it. Like Pacific Rim, fucking Godzilla movies.
yeah.
Fucking love it. I don't know.
I'm just going through my letterbox diary right now to try and think of like older, like the last bit of movies that have been really awesome and original, and I came across Napoleon. Your guys' Napoleon episode is my favorite film scoop of all time. When you guys, it's not even when you're talking about Napoleon, it's when you guys are talking about One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and you're talking about the scene where McMurphy is trying to get the baseball game on, and he goes up to the dude who doesn't even look like a human being, and Cash, you're trying to convince Carl that he's like the real scene, and Carl's like, dude, there's no fucking way, I don't even believe you. I've listened to that shit so many times, laughing my ass off.
That's one of my
so
favorite like discussions we've had.
Dude, it's
It's
so
the guy from
fucking
the fucking
funny.
Hills Have Eyes, like that. It's
Oh
that
my
guy.
god.
He's sitting there with his fucked up head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was talking about
It's-
Chief, and he was like,
Oh
"God
my
damn,
God.
boy, you're about as big as a mountain." I love that. That movie, like, I feel like it doesn't get credit for being as
Dude, I
funny
was
as it
gonna
is.
say, it's weird. That movie seems underrated. And it's so
Kinda
weird to say,
does,
'cause it won a bunch of Oscars, but like, people talk about The Shining. I feel like they should talk about Jack Nicholson's performance in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest
Yeah.
as much as they
It's
talk
just
about
as
The
good,
Shining.
if not
It's
better.
just as good. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, don't know about that one.
Really?
I mean, Jack Nicholson is in The Shining is the greatest performance in the history of cinema. And I don't feel like there's any debate.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
Some debate.
I don't know if you've seen Robert, but
That doll man, what a performance!
So, killing him.
I don't know if you've seen Zave and Queens of the Trap House 1, but it's pretty peak.
Or any Jeff Profit in Keisha on the Block.
Holy shit. Cash, what
Um,
do you
Keanu
get?
I still
Reeves,
haven't
anything?
gazed my first profit.
Dude,
Keisha on the Block, man, it's peak.
Carl, has Cash told you about Jeff Profit?
No.
So there's this guy
I
Alex
don't think
in
so.
the Real Talk Discord, and he is a filmmaker. Like, he has made short films that we've watched, and they're really good. And he has an extremely distinguished taste in cinema. He won't watch movies at home. It's fucking crazy.
Holy
Like,
shit.
we do a film raffle every week, and he's like, I'm not doing it because I only watch movies in the theater. It's crazy.
Damn.
That's like I
His-
can't imagine
Dedicated.
that. I get cravings to
Yeah.
like watch things, and I'm not just gonna wait around and 5
Yeah.
years for a screening of it. Like I need to
Yeah, it's crazy.
watch it.
But his uncle is into some hood rat shit, and his uncle loves this guy named Jeff Profit, who makes the craziest B movies that are like gangster stuff, and he is a stone cold white dude that makes these like absolute gangster flicks. And he showed us Queens of the Trap House on Tubi, and it is so fucking awful. And we watched Queens of the Trap House 1 and Queens of the Trap House 2 Taking the Throne. Holy
my
peak.
God.
They're so bad. And he puts out, I swear to God, I follow him on Instagram, and he puts out,
Profit.
there he is, the king. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Dude, Evan, you should hit him up on Instagram to see if he'll come on the pod.
Dude, I should. He puts out, I swear to God, 2 movies a month. It's fucking
Oh
insane.
my god.
Yeah,
I
he
know.
makes those like Peacock original like $15 budget movies.
Let me
There you
pull up
go.
his letterbox really quick, and I'll read you his most recent films.
I think Keisha Takes the Block was his most recent one.
Here we go. All right, director. Okay, his most recent film is Something Crashed in the Woods, and then he has Factory of Paranormal, and then Queen of the Trap House, Choppa City Queens, which is peak. I've seen that one.
Fuck yeah.
He's got Killer Baby Mama. Killer Baby Daddy is coming out in May.
The sequel? Holy
Yeah,
shit,
the
dude.
sequel, dude. Keisha Takes the Block. Getting to the Plug. Full clip for a snitch. Just caught a body. 10 kilos in the trunk. Dude, it's crazy.
That's fucking nut. That sounds like
awesome.
AI generated movies.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude. I don't know how. But yeah, Alex's mindset is crazy. He's a super talented guy, and he's very, very well spoken. He has a podcast with some of the other guys called Shot by Shot Podcast, and all their episodes are they review one movie, and they talk for a single movie about for 3 hours. It's crazy.
Yeah, and Alex takes like a stack of notes per movie.
Yeah.
It's
We were
ridiculous.
planning an episode, and he's like, I can't do it because I have to make notes for the pod. And he put us onto
yeah.
this shit. It's crazy. It's actually crazy.
Sometimes I feel like a fucking idiot because like I can't. I'll watch Dune 2 and I'll just be like, it's incredible. I don't know what you
Yeah.
say. Those guys that can like
That-
actually articulate what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, dude, I feel that. We did a Big Lebowski review the other week, and my review was like 30 seconds. I was like, I was also like really tired that day, so I just like, there's days if you watch our pod where neither of us are with it, we're both just like, what the fuck is happening? But during that, my review was literally just, yeah, it's a chill movie. It's vibes. It's Jeff Bridges is great.
Trey
Yeah.
also followed me
That
up
was
with
my
that.
review.
Dude, it was so funny because we've been doing IMDb top 250, and the review before that was a Bergman movie, and I yapped for like 25 minutes straight. And Trey comes out, he's like, "Yeah, Big Lebowski's chill. It's a good movie. Go watch it." And after
I was just not with it. So Evan is out here yapping about the Seventh Seal, just like about these existential themes of life and all this shit, and I'm like, yeah, man, this movie's really about just guys getting into hijinks, you know, just guys being dudes. John Goodman is really funny. Jeff Bridges is great. I pulled a Jeff Bridges impression out of my ass, or at least I attempted to.
Can you pull it out again?
Can I pull it? I can do like lines he's said. A lot of impressions I can do. It's really only like certain lines or certain words.
I know the feeling.
But he's like, "Hey man, that's my carpet, man. I just got that, man." He says "man" so much in that movie. We also do a Michael Caine, but one line. We did it with Cash. I forgot Cash.
Yeah.
The Lamborghini then. Much more so.
Kane is pretty good.
That's funny because I got roasted for it in the comments on one of our videos when I pulled it out.
They don't know ball.
Yeah, that's true. I can do.
Dude,
I mean, really, anybody can do Christopher Walken if they say Google Docs the right way. You just go Google Docs. Google Docs. It's like how Christopher Walken.
Docs.
Dude.
Yeah.
I was listening to you guys when you were reviewing Con Air, and you were trying to do Nicolas Cage and fucking John Malkovich. Put the bunny back in the box. Oh my god, it's so good.
I can do Andy Samberg impersonating Nick Cage on SNL. Okay, when he goes, "That's high praise."
That's good.
That was a good.
But I can't do like there's few impressions where I can like actually hold a conversation. Or I can do a good Arnold Schwarzenegger because you find people who do Arnold and they like blow it out of proportion where they're like, but it's really super subtle where he's just like, "We have to get to the chopper now." Yeah, I mean, yeah, he is always talking like this. I mean, Cali, I can't even say it. Or Roz is one I haven't pulled out in the pod from Monsters Inc. "I'm watching you, Wazowski.
Oh my god.
Always watching." That's my best one.
You're gonna make him lose his concentration. I've got that guy.
Zoink, Scoob! When they said fixins, I thought they meant like fixins on a sandwich. Reggie, where are my resticles?
I love doing John Malkovich impersonations. Like, he's just so like, I can't even do it. I would need a quote, but holy shit!
Just say
it's
I'm
so
Cyrus
funny.
the Virus.
I'm Cyrus the Virus.
That was actually pretty good.
So just like
This is the Con Air.
Yeah.
You just gotta
The
enunciate.
Virus. Dude,
Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg is another really fun one because he's always just talking up here like this. Say hi to your mother for me.
He's like out of breath
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. Oh, who else is fun? Shane Gillis. Do you guys know who Shane Gillis is?
Coral
Yeah,
loves Shane Gillis.
Yeah, I saw a TikTok the other day that said Shane Gillis is the Taylor Swift for men. But my Shane Gillis impression, I don't even say anything. It's just
You just do that little mic, two-hand mic thing that he does.
Yeah. Dude,
or sometimes he'll go that.
my favorite Shane Gillis line, he looks at the audience, he's holding the microphone, and he goes, "I don't know if you can tell, but yes, Down syndrome does run in my family."
And he's like, it didn't get me, but it grazed me for sure. But yeah,
Holy shit, what a tangent we went on there from.
yeah. Thank you for joining us, Cash and Carl. That was a fucking blast. We are definitely gonna have you guys back on to
We'll have
talk
you back
about.
for the next PTA episode where you can just glaze.
Oh.
We're watching The Master next week, dude. You can go crazy.
Oh.
Pig
Well,
fuck!
I actually have, I
Big
actually have
fuck!
a bullet in my head that day, so I'm not.
Wait, Cash, Carl, Bo,
I've already
what is
got
the
some
line?
melatonin next to my bed, so I'm
What's
I'm
the
all
pig
good.
fuck line? Drop it.
If you already know the answer to the question, then why ask? Pig fuck!
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Is that Philip Seymour Hoffman?
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
it is.
You know, I've never seen the movie, but he's in Along Came Polly, and there's this clip that always comes up on Where he slips? Oh my god, dude!
The best man is in the house. I love that. I've showed Carl that clip, and that was an accident, obviously. Like, he wasn't supposed to slip, and that was just like a fuck up, and they left it in the movie.
Yeah, it's kind of like the line in Boogie Nights. My wife is in the driveway with an ass in her cock. It's just so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for joining us and listening today, everybody.
Really quick, I fucking love Philip Seymour Hoffman's monologue in Punch Drunk Love, where he goes, "Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut the fuck up, shut up, shut up, shut up." Are you threatening me, you dick?
Shut!
Go fuck yourself. You fuck. Did you just say go fuck yourself? Yes, I did. Well, that wasn't good. You're dead. Oh my god, so good.
Dude, he's the best
but
part
yeah,
of PTA's filmography is just that Philip Seymour is in
I would
most
agree
of
with
them.
that. Oh my
yeah. Yeah, we are glad that you guys were able to join us today. If you want to look forward to our next few episodes, well, sometime this next week you can be expecting a quick Roadhouse review episode. That should be a good time. Our next IMDb episode, we are reviewing Mary and Max and Monsters, Inc. So join us for that. As Evan said, our next Paul Thomas Anderson is There Will Be Blood and The Master. And then our next IMDb is Dead Poets Society and Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. So one banger and one I don't know yet.
Exactly.
Who knows?
And then our next PTA is, I believe, Inherent Vice and Phantom Thread.
Yeah.
So yeah, join us for those. Also, I'm going to put a link down below in the description. Go check out Cash and Carl's podcast, The Film Scoop. It's one of the best ones out there. It's a blast. It's funny. You guys have outstanding chemistry. How long have you guys been friends, by the way?
10 years.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. You can tell on the pod. You guys have great chemistry together. You feed off of each other really, really well. So I'll put a link down there. They just came out with top 10 foreign films of all time episode. They also have a great Dune 2 episode out, so go check that out as well. You guys are on like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, all that shit.
On everything.
Good stuff.
On the next scoop, do you guys have a topic for next week or no?
Probably Roadhouse. And yeah,
a lot of gay comments for that one. Holy shit! You guys are talking about the contact gay.
A lot of gay shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You guys are talking about being contact gay. Jake Gyllenhaal. Holy shit!
Yeah, he's
Dude.
on that list.
Oh yeah.
His smile
It's
makes my body melt.
Maybe we'll do Roadhouse plus top 5 guys being dudes movies.
Holy shit! What an episode.
Yeah, Top Gun better be in there.
Oh, it's close. I'd have to
Too bad it's
assess
mid.
everything, but there's a lot of guys being dudes.
Damn, there goes Evan's camera yet again. But yeah, go check out their pod. It's a blast. If you want to follow us on our socials, I'm Trey the Film Noob. TikTok, Twitter, Letterboxd. Evan is Evan0567 on Letterboxd. Cash is Cash the Butcher, as you can see on his handle on Letterboxd. And Carl is Fuck Michael Cera. No spaces, no caps, and no C in fuck. So yeah, go give us all a follow. We appreciate the support. Shout out what?
Scott Pilgrim versus the World Peak.
Ooh.
Oh, love me some Ed. Have you watched the Cornetto trilogy, Carl?
The what?
So like, have you watched the Cornetto trilogy? So Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead.
Oh yeah.
And-
yeah.
The World's End.
Okay, do you like those, or is it?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, I do.
Okay, so it's just Michael Cera that you don't like.
Dude, I was.
That story
I
too.
was-
That story just kind of stinks. The director.
I've never seen it, so I can't.
Oh, it's peak. I was sitting in my car driving home from work really quick before we wrap it up, and I hear Cash. You guys are going through your watch list, and Cash goes, "I got a solo one," and I watched something, and I think you might guess it. And Carl goes, "It better not fucking be what I think it is." And Cash was like, "It is exactly what you think it is." I watched Scott Pilgrim, and then you guys dogged this movie for like 20 minutes straight. That was so sad.
I feel like I
love
defended
that.
it a little bit. It's just the age
You
thing.
did
I'm
defend
just
it a
old
bit,
for it
yeah.
now.
Dude, the vegan shit is so funny. Oh my god.
I thought it was funny
love
too.
that. Oh, it's so funny. You're wrong, Carl. Wait, Carl, do you like Michael Cera in This Is the End?
I do like him, and this is the end for like the.
Do you like him because
see
he fucking
movies-
dies and This Is the End? Is that what you like?
Isn't it 'cause
I
they
do-
make
I do
fun of
like
him?
that. The funniest
Yeah.
joke in This Is the End is Danny McBride going, "I guess it's not a total loss if Michael Cera's dead."
Dude, Danny McBride, Kenny Powers. Yeah, Eastbound and Down, that show is... God, dude. He's so
I
funny.
I love when Mindy Kaling is like, "If I don't fuck Michael Cera tonight, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna kill myself." Oh my, dude, that movie is so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But thank you for joining us today, and we will see you next time on The Average Film Enjoyer.
Average film